Time for me to act like a psychopathic lunatic. Some people don't believe that I can get ignorant.
I'ma cock my nine, mother. I'ma cock my nine.
I never thought I'd feel like this. Yeah. I never thought I'd feel like this. Ooh, never thought I could. I never thought I'd be on my shit, be on my. I'm spending my time in love like I should. No more struggling for more good. Yeah. I never thought I'd feel like this.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Livestream. Sorry for being like slightly late here, but we got tonight 5v5 1v1 Duels, boys. Let's get some games in this evening before we get the patch 10.07 coming out. Just a couple of days, yeah, just a couple of days, boys. It feels like we've been waiting for this one for a while because I've actually been excited for this patch for quite a bit of time now, boys. I'm actually super hyped. How y'all doing? Welcome back. Also, by the way, enjoy the Diablo beta. From what I'm hearing, because I haven't got to try it whatsoever, I don't even know if I'll be able to try it at all, actually. Apparently there's lag and people are trying to get in. So hopefully you guys get a chance to check it out. It's going to be available this weekend, so you might as well have some fun with it, play it a little bit. How you boys all doing though? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a good one. How you boys all doing? Jake, Kraken, how you doing, my guy Shane, Husky, how you boys all doing? Welcome, welcome. Hopefully we'll at least get some boys joining us tonight for the duels. I'm hoping the Diablo hype doesn't drown out the duels this evening, but we'll see. Groups are listed in LFG. If you guys want to join us, might as well, especially if Diablo isn't working right now, or if you can't get in whatsoever. How y'all doing? Welcome back. 90% sure I got COVID, man. I'm sick AF. I'm sorry to hear that, Jake. Yo, hopefully you feel better, my guy. That's not fun. Hope you feel better. Hope it's like, maybe it's just something... the best you could hope for is like maybe it's something mild that isn't COVID, or if it is COVID, maybe it's like the mildest symptoms version. But hopefully it doesn't get worse, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, guy. Hope you feel well. I mean, hey, it gives you more reasons to stay indoors than just game, but it's from because I don't think I've ever caught it. I'm pretty sure I would have known if I did. But I heard some people had like a miserable experience with it, so you're just miserable the entire time, no matter what you do, so you can't even enjoy anything. So hopefully you got the mild version, if well, worse to worse. Boys, groups are listed over in LG. If you guys want to join in, more than welcome to. If you guys want to join up for 5V5 1v1s, now is the time to do it. Do we have my man Cracker tonight? Do we have Jesus, by the way, by chance? Do we have the regular boys this evening? You see where you guys are at. How y'all doing though? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a good one. By the way, I don't know if I'll be able to play the Diablo beta. There was an issue with the, tried to launch it a little bit earlier, and it said, your driver's out of date. A lot of you guys don't know this, but I actually use like super old drivers for a while because I was having issues with the new ones. It's not even like driver issues, it was like whole entire PC issues. For some reason, like the longer I'll play a game or the longer my PC is like active, eventually it just starts to like sort of have micro stutters. But then those stutters are PC wide, and they're just like get worse and worse and worse and worse the more I use the PC. But when I leave it idle for like a good 5 minutes, everything goes back to normal until I start using it again. And I'm not sure what it causes it, but the only way I've been able to change it is by going back to the older NVIDIA drivers. That means I can't play Diablo beta. It's like, hey, you need at least like this minimum driver, which is quite out of date. I'll need to take a look at see. Like, do I just bite the bullet, upgrade to new drivers, and then figure out the issue? Or, like, do I just do a driver swap or swap to new drivers, play some Diablo beta, see what's it like, swap back, and just go back to what I normally do? Resident apps could send 30 FPS, but everything else telling me Diablo's 100 FPS, LMAO. Wait, Resident apps can tell you FPS? Mouse software? I mean, I guess, right? But it's quite weird. Yeah, it's kind of mild. Love you, Diablo 4, though. Way too much fun. The map is huge. Yeah, I heard that the maps apparently are massive, massive there. Jesus, yo, my guy, you making a group? All right. So I guess you're joining me tonight. Jesus, if you got any homies, man, head them in here. Get them in this group if you can, my guy. Good success. Hope you feel better. So yeah, hope you feel better, my guy. Hi, hey, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Let me see who else we can get in this evening. Anto, Gaming, Atha. Would we see my man here this evening? I have the Storm. I have the Storm. What is is that the BG? RBGs? Maybe? I guess I'll just start asking around. Hey, Zurax. Let me get my copy paste, by the way. So I can start getting these boys in here. You know what? I'll write out a message. I'll write out a personalized message. It's all gonna sound the same at the end anyway. We currently hosting some 5V5 1v1 duels. Would you be interested in joining some this evening? Let me see. Ben in the Shadow Moon. As soon as he's out, I will see if I can ask him. DVG, yo, Incarnates, okay. So he's raiding. Grain. Yo, Grain. We joining duels tonight, my guy? Groups are open. Azure said no. Okay, friend. Affliction Warlock and Duelist next week gonna be Melt People? Bro, yeah. Affliction Warlock should be really, really good. From what I hear, Affliction Warlock should be a lot better for 10.07, and then it should like skyrocket once you guys get to tier set in 10.1. But I do wonder if they'll change Warlocks at all, though. I am very surprised to just giving you guys like more filler damage. But I think that helps out all the Warlock specs in general. Not like you guys are like behind as a class or anything, but I do wonder. Grain, hi, thanks for the invitation, probably later join. Okay, friend. So Grain even says no. That's a forge. Bracket height, hollow. Horde Slayer? Bracket height, Overrun. Let me see if Horde Slayer wants to join in. Hey, Bilbo. Wanna join some 5V5 1v1 Duels this evening? Just ask him. We got more messages. Holy silence, go, my guy. If you guys want to join in, the groups are listed, by the way, in LFG. If you guys are EU and you want to join in as an alliance or horde, we have a group listed in the Raids Legacy. We do it for Raids Legacy so that anybody from either horde or alliance can join in from either faction. By the way, where's Kragar? Because that man's been rocking some groups for us for the last few weeks. I wonder if he'll be joining this evening. Nalix? Oh, Nalix. Hey, Nalix, hold on. Hey, Nalix. Want to join 5V5 1v1 Duels this evening? Groups are open. She was in last week. How are you? What's up, Nalix? How you doing, man? Hey, I've just messaged you, my guy. Bilbo Baggins? Dude, Bilbo. I don't think you remember Bilbo, but he was a hunter. Yeah, man. Time to start. We are actually live right now, forming groups. Does Johan want to join by chance? Hey, Johan, one in for duels this evening. I am wondering, like, have you guys hit the daylight savings yet on EU? Because I'm wondering if maybe like there's a bit of like that. I'm basically live an hour early for EU compared to when I normally am. So maybe I'm wondering like why Kragar is not around or whatever. Usually we have like groups up and running immediately. Okay. So Horde Slayer is gonna be joining. So we got a +1 there. Awesome. Yep, already have a team. Wait, what? Wait, how many you got? Hold on. How many you got in that team? Wait, Dallas, you got a group already? Huh? Hey, dude, you can join a few for sure. Join a few for sure. It's ready to begin? Yep. Group is listed. 5? Wait, huh? Nalix apparently is a 5-man. My man, Nalix. Where'd you get these guys from? 1 second. Thank you. That makes the getting the streams up and running much quicker. I was prepared to get the full team here. Start running in a minute. Yeah, for sure. Take your time. I'm still trying to see if I can gather this team up. We are, but I can't help it. In NA, we lost an hour with daylight savings thing. Yeah, we just lost an hour in NA. Yeah, even Johan is like, wait, are we here early? What's going on? That's what I'm wondering. It's gonna be a bit of that disconnect for a little bit between NA and AU. That's nothing I can help, boys. I'm just streaming off of a normal schedule for me, or at least for what is normal for me. I guess I should have let you guys know ahead of time. No! We're just talking about Jake! Didn't I just say that, man, I'm surprised they're giving you guys so many buffs. I'm actually, I guess like Warlocks needed it, and Warlocks are gonna be nutty, but I'm kind of surprised they're giving you guys buffs. Additional Warlock tuning nerfs. You kidding me? Wait, Holy Burning Vehemence causes Holy Fight to deal. Oh, double that! Oh, that's actually so good. Okay. Elemental swirling currents increase the healing down by healing totem by 40-80 for elemental was really? That's quite a bit actually. And oh, okay, so they're making totems a little better. Dark Virtuosity now increases shadow damage by 510 instead of 1530. Wow. Kindred Malice increases damage of seed and Malefic Capture by 4-8 was 815. Oh no. The country guy's damage. Felguard auto attack increased by 20 for Demo. Imp increased. Valfiend increased. Okay, so nerf and affliction, but they just buff it Demo. Alright. Destro, all damage increased by 3. Huh? There's a spike less damage from mastery scale. What? Oh, what is this? Rogue. Oh, dark shot effect was reduced by 20. The ultimate comic by 33. No, the one after sub rogue. Are you kidding me? No way. Damage increases though in corruption, agony, and all that. That's good for PvP. But damn. Oh my god. Okay. Alrighty. What is this? I got you, lol. Yeah. Do we have the group listed? Okay, the group is no longer listed. I have no idea what happened. Let me do this real quick, chat. Sorry, duels are listed again. Group is listed. Here we go. Sorry about that. Wait, what? Can't list if you have a BG or a dungeon queue. That's what happened. So somebody like, joined the group while they were like listed for solo queue, maybe. That's not gonna work out. Yeah, I'm sorry, boys. You might have to leave your solo queue listings or whatever and rejoin. I think it was maybe Huge Buttman. Was it Huge Buttman? Because we have 3, we'll need 2 more for this group, but otherwise you'll be good to go. List. Yeah. It's not working. Anyone here listed? Anyone here queued for solo? Could be that. Yeah, it could be that. It's not gonna let me list. Yeah, I can't leave. Okay, you gotta. Okay, yeah. So you gotta leave the group, then you gotta unqueue, and then I gotta get you in. I'll get you in just a second. Bilbo? Yo, Bilbo is there. Let's go. Reinvite. Huge invite. So now we need 1 more for this group, and then we need to see where Alex is gonna have his team ready. Yo, dude, what's up, Bilbo? How you doing, man? It's been a while, my guy. How you doing? Welcome. Still rocking the BM. So I'm ready DO4 finish installing. What's up, Del? Waiting for DO4 to finish installing. Yo, what's up, Charles? I'm not gonna be able to play unless I update my drivers. I'm not gonna be able to play, but my current drivers are pretty stable for my PC. So I don't even know if I'll be able to play Diablo, man, unless I end up upgrading my drivers. But last time I was having like a really bad stuttering issue, like for my whole PC. Leave the queue. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It bugs out. X out. Game lies to us. There's so many drivers. It's been so long, dude. Whenever I did update my drivers, you saw what happened, right? I was streaming it to you too. Like, eventually, the longer I keep playing the game, the longer I keep using my PC in general, eventually it starts having micro stutters. Like, I'll be moving my mouse, and there'll be like a little stutter. It's not smooth. And it's not even my mouse stuttering, it's my whole PC stuttering. Because then if you look at any other aspect of my PC, like maybe a video playing in the background, the audio will keep playing, but the video will stutter with the micro stutter. So it's not like a mouse, just a video only, but everything else is fine. I think it's just the entire rig. Something's going on. The entire rig just has like hitch. And I don't know what to do to fix it. I tried it a couple of times. The only thing I can do is put new drivers back up and then keep testing stuff until I figure it out. But that takes time, and I got videos to make. So it's one of those things where I just need to find time to do it, but I have not been able to. So we need ONYXIA. Let me know if your team is ready, friend. Because we need a +1 still for this group, and then we'll be good to go. Does Joe want to join in? Or it's a rogue. I mean, I can still invite him either way. Waiting for the last guy? Sounds good. Does Cracker want to join in? Hey, friend. Hey, friend. We started duels groups. It's an hour early, but in NA, we had daylight savings. Lost an hour of time. Okay, if you were interested in duels or not, I'm gonna hit up Kragar because he's on right now, but like maybe he's just queuing solos. Remember when I was trying to play Crew 2, I had to go back to 2019 drivers. We could stop playing it after that. That ducking W. Yeah, for me it's not even like a playing a game that causes issues. It's straight up 263 as a 60 level warrior. Asili? I don't know. Is it Z or is that an A? What letter is that? That's an A. Asilia. that it? I think I got it right. Is that what the name was? What's this help? Yeah, level 60. I mean, bold move. I like it. Shot King. I like to see it. Who else could we get in here? Keisuke, he is in a proving ground, so he's already in. Kurako? Ooh, let me ask him. Kurako, want in for some duels tonight? Hosting 5v5s. I'm gonna ask him real quick, see what he says. What about my man? I was gonna say my man Tagsy, but I think Tagsy may be waiting for the upcoming buffs to his class very soon. Not really? Oh, good friend. Oh, good friend. Sujiro, he's in Mugambala right now. Silver is NA. Not in the mood. Fair enough, my guy. Fair enough. I feel like I should start putting a list together of like people I shouldn't be bothering. Because I feel like I try to just ask you guys and be that like to get as many bodies as I can. But I feel like I'm bothering people, like legitimately bothering. So maybe I should make a list of like, okay, don't bother these people. Don't disturb this guy. Just let him let him kind of exist. Let him chill. Let him have a good time. I really do feel like I bother people though. I'm not even gonna lie. I feel bad about it. Shiryu? Shiryu? What is Shiryu? Shiryu? Oh my god. Bro, just played Dungeon. Yo, I know, right? I'm trying to get a group together, man. I'm trying to get a group together. So we can dive into this dungeon and we can have a dungeon. Joe kind of fell apart there. Sorry about that. Rodor? That's the name. Why do I remember Rodor? I don't have a note next to him, but I remember the name Rodor. I don't remember. Why? Let me see if maybe Open wants to join him. Open Index? Index? I'll just call him Open. Yo, Open. Yo, Open. You open? Hold on, this is gonna be really bad. You open for some 5v5 1v1 duels this evening? Hit him with a dad joke, dude. Yo, Knight, get in here, my guy. All right, we got it, boys. We got the groups. Yo, now let me know when you're ready. Okay, this team is ready. Let me know when you are. Let's go. Love from India. What's up, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Hope you enjoyed this year's, my man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'll get in here in just a moment, my guy. As soon as we get a second. Video Cran, like if I do the driver's thing, like man, so the thing is, I even spend at least an hour or two looking up like what the problem is, like typing in newest video driver stuttered, whole PC. Some people said it's Cortana, don't have Cortana active. Maybe Cortana was enabled automatically whenever I did the new drivers or whatever. Who knows, right? But like I googled it multiple times and man, there's just not a lot of information. Like there's information like, oh, I started when I play this game. Oh, it could be maybe this or that. Unplug your stuff, restart PC. And it's like, there's no like, hey, exactly what causes the problem that has to do with a new driver. Because I try to make it specific whenever I Google search it. Like to go down and write like, okay, whole PC stutters, not just the game, longer you use, the worse it gets. I imagine that's very, very, very specific in terms of like the problem. So I was hoping maybe I'd be able to find the solution exactly for the pinpoint issue that I have. I just need to mess around with it. Like, I don't know. Tonight, I feel like I kind of want to go over the new class changes. So I don't really know if I'll be able to get much of a break, but who knows, honestly. Hey, another day, EU, friend. EU. I think Kraken's gonna try to see maybe if we can get a group together. So maybe we'll have like 3 groups available. Team Jesus, we just lost one. Need to leave for a second. That was spirit invite. Okay. Okay. So he's not actually leaving, but he'll be here in a bit. Okay, okay. We almost have one team ready. Nax, hopefully he'll have +1 here in just a bit. I'm completely annoyed with the druid is unavailable. I'm making things worse. First aspect. I dropped Diablo 4 was for druid. Gabe taunting me, man. Dude, yeah, I feel ya, but like at least it's gonna be available in next beta playthrough, right? Or beta test or whatever. Yeah, like I feel you though. I feel you. But it's unfortunate. Hopefully they'll have them available sometime soon because that class looks insane. Like some of the visuals they got, from like the footage they displayed so far. Looks 4 weapons at a time as a barbarian. It's kind of cool. I think it's kind of neat. And like you switch between them regularly, right? That's kind of like that's actually a pretty cool mechanic because you can get like different weapons with different effects and stuff. Maybe become a like full battle master like build, ready for battle with a weapon for each and every encounter. There's weapon swap in the game too, right? Or is it just like stats you get from those weapons? I guess I'll figure out how that works later. Full cinematic fury, let's go. Last guy isn't coming, I'll find another. Okay. We got Feck. Oh, was his name actually F-E-K? Feck? Wow, that's so good. I like it. That's so good. F-E-K. Good night, man. What's up, boss? Near side of my man. Hope you're having a good one. So, Nalex needs one more. Bilbo coming back to this group in just a second. And we should be good to go, boys. What did you group listed at next, by the way? Are you in, Red Legacy just like me, or where are you? Looks like Cracker's starting to put a group together. So, this group is set. This group is ready. This group is ready. Kragar and Nalex are forming second group. Is Kragar ready? We're ready? Yo, okay, sounds good. Let me make Ulysses, I'll make Jesus lead, and then we'll be good to go. Alrighty, let's do this, boys. Jesus lead, like usual. We're gonna do invite spectator match of Kragar versus Jesus. The grand one. Now, Alex, let me know when your team is ready. I will get you guys as many games as humanly possible this evening. Hell yeah. I think I'm ready for Diablo 4. Loving it, boss are relatively tough, but nothing compared to Elden Ring bosses. Oh, for sure. I think it's just going to be a different kind of game. I feel like Diablo is going to be like a very gear-heavy game. Like, do you meet the gear check? And then as long as you can like do pretty well against the boss mechanics and dodge them fairly enough. Whereas Elden Ring is like mechanics. Gear makes it a little bit easier, but mechanics, you could literally like, you could find a boss with no hit. Like if you learn the boss super well, you could literally dodge around them and never get hit. If you're super perfect with the positioning, never get hit by a boss. It's actually insane. But watching some other people do speedruns on that game, like, that's where they have ascended to an absolute godhood. Absolute godhood, man. But it's crazy. Sekiro is another game where like you can literally run through it, and as long as you get like the parry system down, you're invulnerable. You're literally godlike. Literally nothing can touch you. Alrighty, boys. First duel of the evening for them 5v5 1v1. So you guys have fun, good luck, enjoy your time. That's all that really matters. Switch. We got ourselves Duel, gonna be first up over for the team. One other team, we got us as Grifko coming back in. As a subtlety roll, Kragar join in. Is Kragar the clown? Kragar is the Harlequin. We got FEK here as well as Shalomvar, where it says Jesus and Duel gonna be first up versus each other. Jesus trying to see if he can catch the elusive monk, with the man already trying to escape him. Duel, how is he gonna do? Is Windwalker getting nerfed? Apparently there's a bunch more class nerfs on the horizon, and one of them is a subtlety rogue nerf. So we'll see how Grifka does. Have fun as a sub before they nerf your class. Next to you, by Duel, trying to see if he can take down Jesus. It's gonna be a blind immediately. Duel does have a trinket, does not want to give it up to Jesus, but the chain of ice. Oh my god, the chain of ice and the bends may just be enough to clobber him down, trying to see if he can reconnect together with the DK catching him. And Fist of Fury, stun by Jesus to disrupt the fist. Gonna be ring of pieces. Duel trying to see if he can maybe survive this. Jesus gripping him back in, just trying to keep him out in the open. Duel could potentially turn around, maybe big touch of that versus Jesus trying to see if he can recover a lot of health. Deathback getting used. Disarm for a second. Trying to see if he can force defenses out of Duel. Duel trying to see if he can counter offensive. Chain of Ice onto him as well as the win. Getting pelted down by the Gargoyle. Does sneak around the corner. Quick touch of death onto the Death Knight, claiming his soul for his own, with Knight charging out next. It looks like it was going to be Knight or Holy Saya, but maybe there was a little bit of a confusion. As Duel trying to see if he can back up out of that. I think Knight just wants to go in, capitalize on a win, get himself a quick kill. As Duel looking to catch up behind the pillar, got himself plenty healing karma early on. Does Knight pop a bubble or a bomb for this? Looks like he doesn't. Duel is going to be able to use his defensive property to survive this Knight, taking a bit of that karma damage as he's trying to see if he can end this duel. But Duel so far has been able to counter the offensives of Wings easily, while also catching a little bit of healing in the process. Steel is looking for an escape, trying to see if he can maybe go a little bit aggressive here, as Shield Avengers is going to be surrounding the Paladin. As soon as he sees this, Duel wants to back up out of there, wants to rotate defensives, and have a defensive presence whenever he's fighting Knight at all times. But he needs to be very, very careful. He needs to go for the hit and runs, wait for those cooldowns to come back little by little, because otherwise monks just being out in the open without a defensive are fairly squishy. You either want to be controlling the enemy down to full stun, locking them down, DPSing them down like a power cannon, or fighting them one-on-one, building them for damage with the defensive rolling at all times. Otherwise, you just may not be able to survive this. Knight trying to see if he can blast out on Duel. Duel got himself plenty of offensive damage, but defensively he got nothing. He does have dampened harm, but I don't think that really saves him in this situation. He still just needs to go for full recovery, as dampened harm is really good at reducing damage, but only while you're already healthy. When you have some health to give, disarm onto Knight immediately. Duel is still going to take a bit of damage from those judgments either way though, especially with the exorcism burning right through his soul. Knight so far has been able to tough it out versus Duel, still holding on to his immunities. May just need to use one here potentially. Shield of Vengeance pretty early on. Duel looking for a bit of a reset behind the pillow. Knight is kind of lowish on health as well. I think maybe waiting to go have a big go, maybe with a bubble versus Duel, because eventually trinkets and cooldowns should be up. Seraphim is active, gonna be tricking out Duel. It's gonna go for a bit of damage versus Knight. Got him some Shield of Vengeance. Could be a bubble right here for the Paladin. Maybe you have to be really careful. Bob instead could maybe still blast to it. Technically you can use nature abilities and anything that isn't physical to bypass those shields, but I wonder if monks, I mean the Zoet is gonna be able to do quite a bit of damage. Zoet is able to claw right past those big defenses, and maybe Duel can go in, help him finish him off. Gonna be a big disarm as the Paladin got wasted. This is what Duel sees, even though he got the Paladin in a disarm. Wings are still terrifying, especially against the Paladin, where disarm just doesn't really feel like it does much. Quite a lot of Paladin abilities can still be used, even though you're entirely disarmed. Stun onto Duel. Does have wings, but they are waiting just as he tries to get himself a bit of damage. Final record, Duel got himself big Seraphim, maybe mad damage. This is where Duel looks to back up out of the play again, super safe. Does not really want to fight a Paladin unless he got himself defenses or plenty of health, and that man got every cooldown back except for Trinket. At this point, I don't think Knight has any kind of offensives. I'm surprised Duel just won't get back, get in there. Just, I guess maybe trying to play it super safe, maybe trying to account for the dampening, which is at the 19% at the 4-minute mark. Duel does have every defensive available, does get a disarm onto Knight. Knight with a Shield of Vengeance. As soon as his shields though, Duel does not want to fight this guy. He's actually being super extra careful. I am kind of surprised. Maybe he's trying to see if he can take down the Paladin and then take that healing damage defensive momentum onto the next guy. Stun by the Pally. Duel with an incap, trying to catch up a little bit of healing. Has Alexi with the Pally. Is this where he has a full go? Trying to see if he can maybe get a one bang onto Knight. Still holding onto the bubble. Does use the bubble. Does maybe the Paladin turn it around onto the Monkus. The Monk trying to see if he can back up out of there. Has a port out in the middle, so in case the Paladin tries to chase after him, he can always just reset. But that's a lot of Duel's damage just kind of out of the window unless he wants to make a play off of that Zoen. Final wreck from a distance. Knight just trying to see if he can blast him out from a good bit away. Fist of Fury to lock down the Paladin for just a moment. No more immunities for the Paladin. That's where the Monk goes in. Once he got every defensive out of the Paladin, then Paladin should be soft enough to take down quite easily. Holy Side trying to see if he can catch up to him, slow down onto Duel, has a port somewhere out in the open, maybe does have a port behind the pillar, so he's going to be able to use that in order to reposition. He's going to go for second port, got himself that plan B, always to get the hell out of a dodge. That is so good. Slippery? It's definitely slippery. The fact that you can use double port, by the way, is kind of nutty, because I'm not used to it. I'm still not used to it. I still get juked out by mugs sometimes whenever they go for port. I'm like, alright, well, you just ported. And they go for port again. At least you got grapple and shadow step as a rogue, right? Trinket out of Duel, seeing the blind, he knows he's just gonna get comboed off of the blind into a proper stun. As a Paladin trying to see if he can blast right through him. Just someone to Holy Side for a second, maybe wait until he can go for a proper hodge. Does have a lot of damage potential. Lexi by the Monk is gonna be tricked out of the Pally. As Duel trying to see if he can close the gap, but slow down out in the open. Can he back up out of there? Does not have a proper port in order to reposition behind this pillar though. Got himself the Night Fae ability getting used back to back and cooldown though. So it's going to add him a little bit actually healing. Like 10% more, 8% more healing in damage. I think it's only 10 once 1007 comes out, right? and does have himself a port set up. Should be able to go for double port, but maybe? I think it's like a limited window we can go for double port, isn't it? Similar to like what Warriors had with a heroic leap. Unless I got it wrong, I'm kind of just like guessing here. I haven't looked at the ability in a bit. Stunned by the pally, does he have enough? Got him so big hammer of Seraphim, mad procs on the duel, and the man does have the in-cap. He can get super low on health, but the monk is slippery enough to try to see if he can escape it. He tries to see if he can get away from Holy Saya as soon as he's available. That is so rough, man, though. Maybe Holy will have himself... Maybe he can bank up a bunch of uses of hordes together with Hand of Freedom and then maybe catch up to Duel. He's going to have a proper rotation of CC from a blind to a stun as Duel no longer has a trinket. That's, I think, the only way to really lock down the slippery monk. Duel does have a Zuen. He's getting ready maybe for counter-offensive as the Blessing Protection would just use Karma to follow. And Holy Sire just got the Pacific blast of Karma. Can he bust those defenses? Got himself a full blind on Duel. Wait, maybe the perfect go. That's himself big damage. Maybe a stun right after does not have a stun. But anticipated Duel to maybe charge back out at him with a eye for an eye, but Duel goes in for a little bit of a reset. Dragon kick it over to Holy. Maybe that's where he goes in for a finish. Bubble out for Holy side. That's a big defensive. Duel just trying to see if he can live the bubble and then maybe get back over there. Holy got himself plenty of healing with regenerating. Man, Karma really hurts after the buffs. It actually does do quite a bit of a defense. It is quite a substantial defensive now, isn't it? It actually is a decent defensive. I forgot they buffed it. I was like, what, 2 weeks ago or last week? Was it this week? Because I forgot that they buffed until he mentioned something. Ring of Pieces Duel going in for steal. This man is just like, he chooses when he wants to fight. That's one of the advantages of monks in duels. You could choose when you want to fight or when you will just peel away. And this man chooses, I feel like, I'm gonna need to go back and look at the clip, but I wonder if he's like, spends most of the clips like running or most of the clips fighting. One thing he doesn't do is spend most of the clips dying, as it's going to be Holy Side taking a bit of damage. Going to be a big defensive for Duel, rotating himself the diffuse magic as well as dampen harm, just so he can stay ahead. But it's going to be stun locked down by Holy Side. No outs for it. Does it take him down? The Paladin looking to find himself a big judgment. Duel got himself plenty of big damage just from onto the Paladin, although it may not mean much. Holy Side super low on health, does get himself layer on hands. Will has a bit of defensive in order to try to survive that, but Duel does let him go for the big kick. I think maybe with a touch of death on top of it. Does end up barely surviving it, with Bilbo gonna be the last one left. He's playing that BM Hunter. He knows that he can just kill command and kill shot Duel down real quickly, but it's gonna give this man a proper honor duel as Duel try to catch up as much health as humanly possible. As long as he got himself a little bit of the energy, he's trying to get himself back up to a playable state, and Bilbo wants to give him a proper chance. Even though he knows, dude, look at that evil laugh. He knows he could have added this man right then and there, but he's like, you know what, I'm gonna give you a proper opportunity, a proper duel, and that's honorable, man. Even if Bilbo for some reason goes down, which always could happen, maybe Duel would just turn around on the guy. Bilbo's at least a champ in my book. A Duel trying to see if he can find a good opportunity in cap onto Bilbo, immediately hit her with a pet sack, and that's where Duel, instead of getting aggressive off of the pet sack, actually retreats entirely. Stunned around the corner by Bilbo as he's getting up close and personal. Big death shock him onto Duel. Once he got back in there, Lexi put on the pets, and that's going to be a trick out of Bilbo. Karma immediately to follow. Bilbo trying to see if he can fight through the Karma as soon as possible. Bilbo looking for maybe to close the gap. No, actually backs up and out of it entirely. That Karma is starting to do quite a bit of damage, but still has a bunch of pets over there versus Duel. Maybe those pets will be able to do a little bit of work. They are two raptors attacking him from every angle. Gonna be Zuan joining in. Actually got himself quite a few defenses there too. I'm not really sure what he's trying to reduce with that diffuse magic against the hunter. Gonna be a freezing trap. Trick inside of it. Immediate trick for Bilbo. Try to see if he can maybe turn it around potentially versus Duel. That Zuan is gonna be on him. Maybe he can use Fear Beast. If you have access to Fear Beast, you could maybe fear it. Bilbo find himself actually extremely low. Maybe this will Duel. Oh my goodness, he does let him turn it around. With Huge Buttman gonna be up next. Try to see maybe he can take him. Lightning Lassa off of that route. Duel is going to be able to barely, narrowly survive it. Is he going to have enough here? Lava Burst are flying in. Got himself a 4 brew on top of it. Or Battle Master Trinket. I'm not really sure which one. Is he all gray? When you pop 4 brew, you usually go all grayed out. So I think it was just a Battle Master Trinket. It's going to be a board. But a huge weapon just needs a couple of instant casts and you should maybe potentially have you. Oh, it does end up capitalizing on you at the very, very end. That is rough, boys. Oh my goodness. With F going to be up next as a Feral Druid. Knockback by Huge Buttman immediately with a knockback onto effect right afterwards. The man trying to see if he can bail out of it behind the pillar. Got himself a bit of a regrowth, but the man is gonna have a hard time getting back over to Huge. But man, you got so many knockbacks, roots on top of it too. As an elemental shaman, you actually got so much control. That's pretty good against melee. F is gonna have to go for a lot of resets inside of that power shifting between all the different forms in order to stay himself out of all those roots. Gonna be light last of my Huge Butman immediately. Can at least always walk away from F whenever he wants to. The man got himself a little bit of self-heal, but the Earth Elemental is going to keep him in aggro. Stunned around the corner. Huge Button set up a big lava burst. Does not get the proxy he needs. Knocked back into F immediately. He's going to go for yet another lava burst. Definitely we should go for the Frost Checks in order to root him out in the open. Force him to power shift out of bear form, out of cat form, and out of all the other forms. He's going to go for Frenzy Region, but I think cancels it. When you go into bear form, let the Frenzy Region fully tick out on your big Earthshock again, knock back onto F. The man is trying to see if he can bail out of there. Feral Druid looking for a bit of recovery, cycling onto that Earth Elemental just to give himself a little bit more freedom. Stormkeeper available for Huge, trying to see if he can maybe take him down. Big zaps to follow. Does it take him? Ooh, he does end up zapping him down. Who's up next? Grifka. The sub-rogue trying to see if he can charge out there before his class gets nerfed for 10:07. This man trying to see if he can maybe make himself a bit of a play. Big rupture on top of Huge as the man got himself a wall. That's going to be a big primordial set up versus Griff as it got a cloak. Shadows immediately stunned by the Earth Elemental, letting Huge Buttman gain some distance away from the rogue. It's going to be Grifka trying to go for a bit of reset, but the slows are going to be brutal. Earthshock to follow. Frostshock put him out in the open. Can go for a vanish in case he really needs to. Trying to see if he can deny the vanish. Big blast by the Fire Elemental with a Meteor. Can shout out to Huge. Knocking back for just a second. Trying to see if he can end him right there. He does end up doing it. My God. He just needed 2 seconds with the man and was able to take him down. Duel with the 4. Huge Butman coming back in, clawing back that victory from the bottoms of the dampening. Getting 2, but a sub-rogue is able to shut him down. Well done, boys. Let's get ourselves another one going, yeah? Let's get ourselves one más. Kragar, Jesus, and Nalix. Let me know when you guys are ready. Same team ready? Awesome. Nalix, let me know if you're ready, my man. If you got a 5-man, I want to get you in here as often as possible. Long time before Karma was really good on CD. It was, yes. Karma used to be a fantastic defensive. 100% damage taken under Karma, and a heal, yes, it was 100% reflect as well. Yes, it used to heal you for a ton too. They did end up limiting Karma by quite a bit, but it looks like maybe they overshot that limitation. We're ready? Now let me get you in here. Also, Jesus, let me know if you're ready. Jesus, let me know if you're ready. I'll get you guys in here too. Alex, 5, George, what fart? Georgie boy is here, man. Wouldn't be a 5-5 duel stream without my boy George and his wet, juicy farts. What a wonderful boy he is. He's a big boy. What are we going to? Blade's Edge? Look at Blade's Edge, man. Let's get Nalix and we got Krager. We got Jesus in here. We'll get you guys as soon as possible. Yeah, Jesus, tell your team we're going to be about 5 minutes of wait. Just tell them to hang tight while the next group plays and tell them to tune into the stream to watch while they're at it, just so they can see how well the other team is performing. Mod George. Honestly, dude, maybe we should give George some kind of like an MVP role, dude. This George guy is kind of nutty. What's up, Dan? What's up, Dan? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Didn't have my CDs in my bar, so I had to tune them on. All good, Bilbo. All good, my man. All good. What's up, Silver? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Did you see them class changes, dude? They got some big nerfs and buffs. I was surprised. Big PvP changes. I'm kind of happy to see even more adjustments. They're heading that sub-rogue, which I'm kind of surprised at. Looks like it's a 4-man team on Team Kragar. Duel plays for like 5 people anyway, so he's a 1-man army. So honestly, it's almost like 8 versus 5. Let's be honest. So many warriors? Yeah, there's a lot of warriors, I will agree. But at least like there are different specs, but they do play very, very similarly. So I'm not gonna disagree with you on that. Oh god, please don't kill each other yet. Here we go. Is it Duel again? Oh no. Oh, they do have a 5-man team. Don't kill each other yet. Wait, Surgeon. Hold on a second. Okay, now we're good. Switch. Surgeon trying to go for a big old spear onto Duel. The man got a karma, but Surgeon does not really care. This man is just going to go double Blaze Storm and chopping right through the boy as Duel trying to back up out of that parry available for the warrior is just unstoppable. Double charges. Duel cannot go anywhere. The man is trying to use everything he can to escape. I think he's actually just out of options of like how to get away with the guy completely. Is there a leap available for Surgeon still? Looks like he's out of options at the moment. Maybe Duel is going to be able to make a recovery, but Surgeon definitely forced every defensive and mobility tool out of Duel in such a quick succession. Surgeon still holding on to his trinket. No longer has a parry, which could potentially be bad for him, but does have a way out to break out of this Lexium. Is going to break out immediately. Does he have a fear? Stun onto Duel. Is going to try to see if he can shatter his defenses. Big mortal strike damage right after. Big executes to follow. Does he have enough disarm onto the warrior for a second? Duel, does he have opportunity to turn around here? Trying to see if he can go for a fist of fury, but does get disarmed. Charge to follow. Roots him out in the open for just a second. Surgeon just literally spinning all over the place. Going for the big choppers. Leaping away. Charge back in for Duel. Does he have enough damage right now? Big defensive. Does go for the touch of death at the very end. All he needed to do is get the warrior down low enough and then take him down. That was a very aggressive warrior playstyle, and Duel's left with no help whatsoever. Nox could end him right here. All that work of that warrior, Surgeon, Duel does go in for a massive port. That is well timed. I'm surprised you're alive, by the way. I am very surprised you're alive right now. But now, how many ports do you got? What is this? How many times can you port? What is happening? This man's mobility is absolutely unmatched. As Nox trying to see if he can catch back up to Duel. Duel does have some cooldowns going back up little by little. That Karma soaked up a lot of that Blaze Storm damage from the first warrior, and I wonder if it's going to do the same. Does someone to the warrior, does go for a trinket, massive chopper on Duel, is going to go for big executes. Maybe shouldn't have canceled out that Blaze Storm, maybe should have just let that thing continue on. Would have been able to avoid that Lexium. Try to go for a charge, but a Ring of Peace is not going to let you go anywhere. Leap on top of it too, and that's going to get disrupted as well. That is super unfortunate. Needs to find a way to catch up to Duel somehow, some way. Needs to line inside of the guy. Does he have a Zerk Rage to break out of this and cap? He does go in defensive stance. Gonna charge in into a Fist of Fury. Worst time to try to see if he can disrupt it. Needs himself just a little bit of damage in order to take down the Monk. But that's gonna be rough, as the Monk got plenty of ports. But it's not gonna have a port again. I wouldn't be surprised if he decide to port right on top of him. Cooldowns available for the Monk is forcing out a wall out of Nox as he got himself the big parry where they die by the sword. And that's going to be a fear on to Duel just for a second to control him. Maybe should have saved it for the Fist Fury. As Duel tried to maybe ramp up the damage here, but looks like he's quite not able to break through the defenses of Nox just yet. Not really seeing the dividends from those big cooldowns available. Got himself a big fist, maybe massive damage. In capital Nox, he does have himself a Zerker Rage. It looks like Duel is just using a small pillar near the two in order to go for little hit and runs. Goes behind the pillar, catch a heal, come back in. Couple of kicks and punches towards Nox, go behind the pillar, and we do the same thing over and over again until he gets himself out of a bad situation. Port available for the Monk. Could go for a second port if he wants to. Does go for a second port. No taking on plenty of mobility. Nox at some point is going to maybe have to utilize the second wind in order just to catch up in heals. Does he have second wind? Hopefully he has second wind to heal himself, because I don't think he has any dots. But definitely needs to be looking out for his own recovery here and there. Avatar available for the warrior. Spear as well. Duel could go for a Karma on this one. Nox better have a defensive Karma out really early. So Nox, if he can just live this for a little bit longer, he may be okay. Just trying to see if he can survive this. Stormbolt versus Duel. He might just be thinking about defenses. Big jabs available for Duel, but he can't really break out of the spear whatsoever. So for Nox, that's a nice little defensive, but rushes into a Fist of Fury. It looks like it ends up getting the crit that he needs, right? Absolutely. Just punched the man, I think, right into the heart. What is that? That was actually nutty. We're gonna be Vacu. The Death Knight up next. Got himself with a big grippy hand versus Duel. Duel trying to see if he can port away from it. Vacu walking past that Ring of Peace as the man is just channeling the violence. Army of the Dead joins in. Gargle kind of flying under the bridge. Really unsure what the hell that thing's trying to do. It's trying to find a better angle versus Duel, but it's a struggling is the best way to put it. As Duel able to avoid the Army of the Dead for the most part while just hiding under the bridge like a little bridge troll. Into a chain of ice by the Death that tried to control Duel a little bit. Trick and available before that stun. It's going to be a silence onto Duel. Is that going to be enough to take him down here? The Monk is super low. That Fist of Fury giving him a bit of defense and trying to turn it around to Vacu. It does get him super low. Does get the damage he needs, I think, with a touch of death too. That was actually incredible. This man is still hanging in there. Gloon gonna be up next. Trying to see if he can play it out as a Demonology Warlock versus Duel. Does he know where he's at? Maybe he's just trying to get himself a better positional on the top of the ramp. It looked like for a second he was just like looking for Duel, and then he kind of just turned in a random direction. Stun onto Duel, sending out Demon Doggers. I think maybe the Warlock could potentially take down the Monk here. Monks generally do pretty well against somebody they can run away from, but I guess the Warlock, you're always going to chase by the army of the demonic pets. From Demon Doggers to Imps to the main Felgar pet, all of those do quite a bit of damage. And if Gloon can get some kind of a CC chain on you with a Mortar Coil as a couple of pet stuns, he can set up a full entire demonic army. And most monks try to see if he can run away from the army and use all their mobility to run from them, and then a pit lord sneaks up on him, just clobbering him down. Gloon trying to go for a bit of defense, trying to set up maybe for some big damage, maybe fear into Duel. He wants to go for damage, he wants to make that obelisk count, but Duel, as long as he can avoid him as best as possible, he may be okay. And Gloon, he's going to need a Mortal Coil as well as an Axe Toss, maybe a second Axe Toss. He's going to go for another portal really early though. So he's setting up, I think, a big Tyrant. Duel try to see if he can maybe turn around with Karma, maybe a little bit later with Karma, will not be able to maximize it. While available for Gloon, is going to be a disarmament to Gloon for a second, does get a full Tyrant, and that's going to be a Pit Lord. Gloon, or Duel, hopefully he has himself a port to get away from Pit Lord. He does have a port 1. Port 2, you may want to use it. Mortal Coil can't go anywhere. Oh my god, Pit Lord just savaging you. What is going on? The man ported, but he was just a corpse at the end of it. Oh my goodness. Oh, monks, man. This is why you want to port as soon as you could, man. As soon as you could, because if that Pit Lord gets any smacks on you, that thing is like a warrior times 2. That thing is just gonna tear you apart. Sap it to the main pet. Is Griff gonna be up next? Why is this guy? This guy's a couple of times went from a monk into the rogue now, or at least twice. Gonna be a port for Gloon, trying to see if he can back away from the rogue. He's gonna need to use every defensive, every mobility, every utility to deal with the Grifka. Mortal Coil is gonna be super good. Port available for Gloon. Just try to see if he can catch himself a bit of distance. Grifka try to see if he can close the gap with a sprint. He's going to be able to go for a shadow step, but Gloon try to put him out in the open. Mortal Coil left in. Maybe has an Axos to follow. Grifka caught himself a quick vanish. It's going to be Demon Doggas joining in. Gloon trying to go for a bit of a fear. He's going to have to go for Trick It here. Does he have anything left? Secret Technique. Grifka does end up taking him down before the man goes. Oh my goodness. With Fury Flame going to be up next. Charging out towards Grifka. I don't even know how you got to him. Trinkets. Bold move, Cotton. Let's see if that one pays off. Big leap around the corner as Fury Flame try to see if he catch up to Grifka. Trinketing a gouge. Was it a gouge? It might have been a gouge. Is a very bold move because now there's going to be a blind full stun lock at Fury Flame. How'd you get healed? Were you the one taking damage, or were you not the one taking damage? For some reason I thought this man was a little bit low on health and then just healed up to full. Maybe? But Grifka looking for a bit of a reset. Fury Flame trying to see if he can find maybe the eye? Is looking for the rogue. May want to pick up one of the eyes and start being as proactive as possible. The rogue is going to be skulking somewhere under the bridge, trying to use whatever angles he can to hide. But looks like Fury Flame more or less has an idea where Grifka might be. And he's willing to test his chances here. Let's see if this works out for this man. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. His early karma's been really good. Yeah, they are pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Kiddish onto Fury Flame does not have an out, but does have a defensive in case he's ever in trouble. In Rage Regen, if used appropriately, could be pretty good here. As Grifka is going to go for a disarm after those back-to-back stuns. Going to be a war stomp with a Fury as Fury Flame try to see if he can maybe go for big blade damage stun into Grifka. Does Grifka out of defensive? Does go for an evasion. This way, Fury Flame try to see if he can maybe catch up a little bit of healing, but the rogue is dodging every one of his attacks. Still, there's some puncture right through. Is that just a bleed? Because the man is still taking damage even though he got himself full evasion. Get a shot onto Fury Flame. Is it going to be another? Does Grifka have the damage he needs? Is going to go for the Shadow Strike to finish him off. Well done, well done. 3 for Duel and 2 for Grifka. Wow, they got the whole team with a monk and the rogue duel combo. Just popping off in the duels. Well done, boys. Let's get us another one going, yeah? Let's get to see if my man Nalx is ready, Cracker's ready, and if Jesus is ready. If you guys are ready, let me know. If you guys are ready and want to join us, let me know. Jesus should be ready. So I guess we'll throw him versus Alex or whoever. Let me know if you're ready. It says you got one missed. If you need some help opening the groups, by the way, I can help you. How are rogues super the OP after all this time? Well, Christers, that's a good question. Did you know that actually are nerfing rogues in the 10.07 update? You want more? If you guys want to join in, I'm leading up, beautiful. If you guys want to join in, the groups are listed in the 5V5 1v1 Duels in Raids Legacy section, boys. You guys are more than welcome to join us if you wish. Alliance, Horde, whoever. Pav, my man, let's go, easy. Now Alex is ready, beautiful. So as soon as we get Pav in here, I'm gonna delist and pass lead back up. And while Cracker's looking for a team, we're gonna get Alex and we're gonna get Jesus. 5. Blackrook hold. Throw you into the rook. I've never understood why Brewmaster needs 30% haste, but it's impossible She just settled for 10 plus talent. I never understand why Brewmaster needs 30% haste, but it's impossible to get, so you just settle for 10%. Wait, why 30% haste? Wait, is that like part of the playstyle? Is that necessary? Is that like, hey, that's the stats you need? Is that like a reason for it maybe? Like maybe it's like enough haste in order to get all your globals out? Or am I wrong on that? I guess it all depends what you mean by that. It all depends what you mean. I don't even know what's the classic as much as I hate him in retail. So I will take a look at the rogue changes coming up in like a match or two here whenever we get a slowdown. But apparently sub rogues are getting nerfed by quite a bit, Christers. It's assassination rogues at first that were kind of like nutty, but now that assassination has gotten nerfed by quite a bit in PvP, I think people are swapping to sub and they're trying to see if you can cap those guys as well. So it's interesting. Switch. We got ourselves Fury Flame over for the team 1 with Gloon on the team. Gonna be first up as a Demonology Warlock. Nax on that team as an Arms Warrior. Sweet baby boy, join it in. And we got Vaku, the Unholy DK, versus Holy Saya. Gonna be first up versus the Pets and the Demonic Armies, as well as Gloon himself. Axtos for that Hodge, as both of them end up stunning each other perfectly. Holy Saya should be actually free to maybe get their damage out. Mortical is the only thing that really Gloon has in order to prevent the guy playing defensive already, using mobility really early on. May actually go for the full portal as well, as Holy just trying to build up a little bit of damage. Looks like there's maybe a little bit of visual lag, but I think both of them actually see each other just fine. Gonna be a blind onto Gloon, maybe potentially a stun. No, actually no stun available for Holy Sai for a while, but got him some plenty of damage. But looks like Gloon and his minions, his demonic army, are able to start ripping through Holy Saya. Even though I felt like Holy was the one going on a full crusade, going on a full charge versus the Warlock. The Warlock was sneakily able to DPS down Holy Saya a little bit with all of his demonic companions. As Holy looking for a little bit of recovery behind the pillar. Gloon tried to find himself a good angle versus the Pally. See if he can maybe get one. Hodge to follow as Holy got himself a big wake of action, stunning the Pet as well. So there's no support for Gloon for a little bit. Mortical getting sent in, and so far Gloon is fairly healthy. Demon Dog is charging out as well on top of it. As Holy trying to see if he can continue the crusade as best as possible. That's going to be a handle down available for Gloon. Got himself plenty of damage. Maybe potentially can go for a big go. Holy got himself big heal with a lay on hands. This is where maybe Gloon could potentially set up a big go. If he can go maybe for a big Tyrant setup, maybe with a nether portal, everything. Because Holy will not have an immunity here for a good while. At least for like 30 seconds. Try to go for another portal. Stun to follow. Gonna be Gloon. Try to see if he can capitalize on this damage. Tyrant up unavailable. Holy maybe in a bit of trouble. Does he have a bubble or bomb come back at some point though? He's gonna need something. Man, looking for a bit of recovery. Wings available, eye for an eye, everything bubble. Oh, bubble comes out as the pillar comes out. That does give him a little bit of survivability, at least avoiding this massive beefy threat that would otherwise have capitalized on him. The Holy Side did not come out of this one unscathed entirely. The bubble did not last for the full duration of the demonic army, only for a good majority of it. That is so rough. Gloon did end up forcing a pretty big defensive out of him though. But as soon as you see laying hands, I feel like that's where you set up another portal. Immediately you get the Tyrant out as soon as possible, because Holy is just kind of sitting duck. He used everything trying to survive, but bubble was necessary. So maybe Gloon will be able to kind of like whittle him down little by little, because so far the Warlock has been a bit on a roll. But Holy's gonna have to consolidate every single cooldown here and see if he can fight through this threat to maybe come out on top, maybe squeak out a victory wall by Gloon, as Holy is trying to see if he can ramp up quite a bit of damage too. Portal out of the Warlock immediately as Holy is out the open, still blasting out the Pets at the very least. At least if you can keep those Pets somewhat low in health, you're actually going to be in okay position, I imagine. Gloon is going to try to see if he can back up out of it entirely. Holy does end up burning a trinket here. Mortical sent in. Maybe this is where Gloon can go for a big setup. Does have a Tyrant coming back up very, very soon. Holy doesn't really have much of an angle to really give himself a lot of cover. Trying to see if he can reposition over to the other side. That's where Gloon is going to take advantage and get a couple of Demon Bolts in there. Holy at some point is only going to be left with a Blessing of Protection. Does have a little bit of time before Shield of Vengeance, as well as Eye for an Eye. I actually don't see Shield of Vengeance at the moment, but before that, an Eye for an Eye back up and running. Unless he's not running Shield of Vengeance. Maybe he's running Divine Protection? Stun onto the Warlock. Blessing protection to prevent any stuns from the main pet. Blind to follow is Coley trying to see if he can blast through the shielding of Gloon. It's gonna have the blessing protection falling off at some point. The pet is it still there? Is it chased out of it? It does. Second pet joining in. It's gonna be Gloon at no health. Maybe this is where the Paladin takes him down. More to cause. Two pets are whirlwinding on him, and the Fell Storm does end up taking the Paladin down with a grip immediately out of Jesus, trying to deny Gloon any demons that he could summon up. The man does have a port, big Tyrant available, trying to see if he can maximize the damage of the Tyrant. Jesus actually focusing down the Tyrant entirely as a... It looked like you were Frosty came for a second, but no, you're Unholy. Gonna be full Army of the Dead joining in. Gloon maybe in a bit of trouble. That's a big old A-bomb right next to you. Blasted you out. All your pets are chasing after Jesus, but maybe might not be enough. Trinket out of that stun. Does he have a defensive? He does not, as it's gonna be a full Apocalypse, letting the rest of the pets join in. Sweet Baby Boy gonna be up next, trying to see if he can fight right through the entire army of the undeads, with Jesus gonna disarm immediately. But does he have an out? Baby Boy with a karma really early. Jesus actually kind of struggling. Does have a few defensives left, but like man is actually running out of steam right now. As Baby Boy just still chasing after that man. I like the mog this guy got. Fist of Fury not quite catching the death, and it's going to be Chain of Ice keeping him away. If anything, Jesus at least got himself plenty control in this duel. The slowdown on the monk is absolutely fantastic. That's just a permanent, almost like a root. The Chain of Ice is just amazing. It forces the monk to utilize his abilities with rolls and dragon kicks to close the gap, but those only go in a straight line, and that gives you the opportunity to veer away around the pillars so easily. Sweet Baby Boy trying to see if he can maximize some damage, but looks like he's gonna have to go for a port. Got himself a little bit of reset behind the pillar, but he's surrounded by the entire army of the undead. Another port trying to see if he can get away from all of them. Disarm onto the death that Lexi to follow as the DK goes in for a death back at the very last second. Big damage out of the monk is with a blind to follow, trying to see if he can break away from the green class, but the Death Knight is just under so much pressure, under so much trouble. And the monk at only 27% dampening can still maybe get himself a little bit of recovery. More undeads against someone dubs. Sweet Baby Boy should maybe be okay for quite a while here, as long as he's dodging the Mages of the Dead. But Mages is kind of like on the sentry. It is ready to try to see if he can blast you out with Frostbolts and Shadow Bolts back to back, which does actually quite a bit of damage, all things accounted for. Stun. Jesus got himself full army. This is where Baby Boy may need to go for a big go. Karma immediately turn around, letting the pets build up the Karma to turn around onto Jesus. Try to see if he can add the Death Knight. I think the Death Knight could just die to the Karma, unless he just broke past it. I think the Karma damage is gone. Jesus had no help whatsoever. Still taken down. Oh my god. That's so rough. Because what you can do is just go for the Karma and surround yourself with the pets. Be like, hit me. Let the damage transfer over to the Death Knight. Because the Death Knight is just eventually going to die to the Karma. But now it's going to be up next. Or not? No, actually the same team. No mind. It's not going to be Nax. It's going to be Pav. Looks like it is going to be Pav, and the man is trying to give the guy as much of an honorable duel as he can. Let the boy, Sweet Baby Boy, at least catch up and get himself a full proper heal. And maybe at least get himself a proper honorable duel. I like seeing those. Dragon kick around the corner, Sweet Baby Boy, trying to see if he can maybe take him down next team. As the binding shot breaks on him, though, he's going to throw him into a stun disarm for another intimidation onto the monk as he's trying to get himself a big roll. Trying to run his damage around actually onto the pet. He hasn't used Serenity, but he has to Zuen, and maybe the Zuen actually kills that pet. Zuen actually kills that pet. Bab may be in a bit of trouble. Turtle Shell to summon up the pet. How much he is defensive just to get up? Oh, wait, no, maybe not even. Oh, Ring of Peace is not letting go any whatsoever. Bab may be in trouble. Definitely needs a freezing trap. Drop down a trap, but looks like Baby Boy has been able to get past it. Going for a big old jabs. Fist of Fury to follow. Man, look at this boy. Bav trying to see if he can maybe get himself any kind of damage, but the freezing trap is going to break to the Death Chakram. I feel like this is where panic sets in. Bav trying to see if he can bail away, but the monk does end up hammering him down. With Var going to be up next. I haven't seen Var in a good bit. How you doing, my guy? This man's prepping for the Beast Mastery buffs in 1007. Got himself Death Shotgun big time onto the Monkus. Stun to follow Raptor. Has a Trinket to follow. Big kill commands for Var. Sending in the pets. They're still doing quite a bit of damage. Literally just walking right through the grates. They don't really care for the grates. They literally just walk right through it. What was that? In cap onto the monk or onto the hunter for a second. The pets are nowhere near that leg sweep, so the pet should be able to do full damage. Karma before Var can really get super far away. The Karma is going to transfer quite a lot of damage back to the hunter. At 42% dampening. Sweet Baby got himself big damage, but a binding shot is going to end up slowing him down for a second here. Mad kill commands back to back for the hunter. Kill shot maybe on the ready. Does he have it here? Maybe able to do it right now. Does he have a proper kill shot? Does end up going for kill commands either way. I don't even know if he went for a kill shot. I think he maybe has the kill command executes. And it looks like it's gonna be Vaku up next. Does Vaku want to go for an honor duel? Because Var has no health. One thing you could do is you could maybe have Huge Buttman heal Var. If Vaku wants a proper honor duel, maybe Huge Buttman could just heal the guy. Looks like he does. Could Huge Buttman just pop him a couple of heals? Yeah. Yeah, so at least like it'll give him an opportunity to like get him fully healed up. Okay, Vaku. Honor duel established. The man get himself as much healing as possible. Yeah, this is about as close as we can do it. Don't have to worry about dampening. The boys got you covered. And Var coming out on camera to show him, hey, I'm fully healed up. I'm ready to go. Doesn't want to open on him like all stealthy. Like he's like, hey, honor duel, you wanted it? I'm just gonna be on stealth so we can meet each other in the battlefield. Gonna be Var getting hit with a blind immediately. Full arm in the dead. Joining in. Var having to go for a turtle shell really early on. His pet's completely beefed up as Vaku having to fight through both of them. Big grip onto the hunter. Strangulate to stun him right after. Var got a lot of cooldowns at the ready. Just surrounded by the army of the undead, so there's nothing he could do. Just overwhelmed by the scourge. With Huge Buttman gonna be up next. Can this man fight through the army? Fight through the warrior as well, or fight through the Death Knight as well as two warriors, a Fury and an Arms warrior. I actually think the man could do it. We are super high in dampening, so you're not gonna get any kind of healing. Any kind of perfect control would help you win this. Vaku is gonna have to be very, very careful. Using AMS, he may be able to give himself a bit of a gap to close next to Huge Buttman and then establish some damage. He's definitely trying to use that mobility while on the Pale of Horse to be able to give himself a little bit more of the gap closer. Trying to go for a bit of movement speed without Huge Buttman slowing him down whatsoever. He's going to go for the Chain of Ice to slow him, but the Ghost Wolf is going to keep the man running. He's going to be able to immune that knockback for a second, interrupted him on the nature hits, but the lava bursts are flying through either way. The fire elementals are already stunned onto Huge Buttman. That's going to give himself Stormkeeper, potentially mad damage to the Vaku. Big zaps to follow, Earthshock right after. Got himself a pretty big shield, rooted him out in the open. Blind as he's trying to go for a lava burst. So Vaku maybe looking for a bit of a healing. Got himself Ledgeborn. Maybe Death Close could fuel his health back up to full. Maybe could get himself a big setup grip onto Huge Buttman. Maybe in trouble. Earthshock to follow. Vaku fighting right through it. Oh my god! And Vaku fought right through it at the very end. Are you kidding me? That man got the win either way. Oh my goodness! After he has given my man Var a proper honor duel, let him catch up. He won that one fair and square. Then to go into a shaman and to fight through that too. Well done, well done, well done. I love seeing stuff like this. Hell yeah. Alrighty, Kraken's ready, Jesus ready. Nalex, let me know if you were ready. I just want to see if you're ready or if you're looking for more. Oh my goodness, boys. Oh my goodness, sweet baby boy. I do like sweet baby boy. I like his name, dude. I like he's got himself like a basically naked orchid short shorts. And he got himself like dragon wings. What a goober, man. And the name's sweet baby boy. Just so fitting. Nax is ready. Do we throw Nalex and Jesus to, so we know we go Kragar. We definitely go Kragar. But do we throw Nalex or Jesus at them? I think we do Jesus. Just to give that Vaku guy another... Was Vaku with Nalex? I think we do Nalex. Where's the baby lava? I know! Baby lava is another good one. I'm surprised you remember that name. Was that you, Baby Lava AA? It's so good though. Maybe it's the same guy. I don't mind, we can wait if you want. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out like who gets to go first or whatnot. I'll throw Nalex in here. I'll throw Nalex to get Vaku a chance here to play again. Dalaran sewers. We'll do them down sewers. Jesus, give it to you. Tell your team, hey, 5 minutes. Krager's gonna go in full sweep. Give it a second, and you guys are gonna be probably fighting Krager. I'll probably throw Krager at you right after, just to give the boys as much of an opportunity to play. What's what makes a DK image knockback? So it's gonna be, I think it's the Death Advance, which is what gives them like, it's like their mini sprint. It also makes them immune to any movement reductions and knockbacks. Like Ring of Peace, they can just walk right through it. They have 2 charges of it, so maybe he just chained from one charge into the next just to make sure he doesn't have any kind of like knockback issues. I kept throwing my knockbacks into them. Yeah, it's rough. I think Frost DKs also have it with Pillar of Frost. They're immune to knockbacks. But for all Death Knights, Death Advance is what makes him immune. And it's like an 8-second duration or something, if not 10-second duration. It just gives him a slight movement speed, but mostly just prevents them from being slowed and moved and stuff. But that's the one. Yeah, if you're not expecting it, if you're not looking for that buff, it's super difficult to try because all they need to do is just immune it once or twice and they're good to go. You know, it is definitely not easy. Alrighty, boys. Switch. Got ourselves Gloon gonna be first up over for the team 2, ready to go. Everybody is just flying with Nalix on that team. We got Fury Flame, we got ourselves Sweet Baby Boy, and we got ourselves Vaku as well. Gloon is swapping out to the Destruction this time, with Krager gonna be first up. Succubus CC immediately hitting him. I do like Krager's little Harlequin set, by the way. I do like this man. He's gonna be clouding on this, boys. He got us the proper set for it. Gonna be full Stormbolt onto Gulun with a leap right after. Mortical does connect though, which is super unfortunate. Krager trying to see if he can close the gap yet again. It's gonna be very difficult for Krager to really set himself up. I think a proper go versus Gulun. This is trying to see if he can drop down big and fertile. Massive incinerate. Gluon got a lot of damage. Has Krager on the ropes, but Krager looking for a bit of an escape right now. Gonna be a quick fierce Krager. Does he have anything left right here? He does have himself reflect, but the man may just need to play defensively, honestly. I'm not even sure really what's going on. As Gluon opening up more portals, back-to-back Stormbolt to follow. Krager surrounded by the entire army of all of these pets all around him. Gluon getting executed back-to-back, trying to see if he can back up out of there. Krager at no help whatsoever. Major pop and parry right now. Executes back-to-back. Oh! And Gluon barely does end up taking him down. Wait, what's going on? What's happening? Hold on a second. I think we're gonna have to go again. I think we're gonna have to go again. Drake's Moby just going into the back lines of team 2 and just killing them before they even get a chance to play. Yeah. Yeah, we just gonna have to go again. Let me leave this arena. I'm gonna tell them both, Nalix and Krager, we go again. So those of Opera on team, hey, we are gonna go again. That Warlock kept killing team. George, how you doing? Oh, Morning Dew Glory. Did you make it yourself, George? Did you make it yourself? Morning Dew Glory. All good, all good, all good. Yeah. It's lucky to not have fought me. True. If that Warlock man, yeah, what is that guy doing over there? What the hell is this? Somebody needs to teach that man what's a duel. When you join a group called 5V5 1V1 DUELS, I mean, maybe he didn't join the group because he probably thought like it's a group for like a raid or dungeon, and he has no idea what's going on. Me and George out here just flirting with one another. It's so good. Yeah, we're gonna have to go again. Krager, we're gonna have to go again. Get the guy out of here. Get somebody else in, man. Gotta get somebody else that knows it's a duel. Be like, yo, hey, what's the duel thing? Are you out here to duel? Because that man just went to the back lines and just started sniping people with Alex. This kill man, you know what's happening? Yeah. So I was watching the duel between Krager and the Warlock, and I was super encapsulated by it. But in the back of my eyes, I did see some random spell effects going off. I didn't know what the hell that was. I thought maybe you guys are messing around with toys. And then while watching Krager and the Warlock, I tried to focus on it the best I could. But then I saw like everybody on Team Alex running all around, like they were running away from somebody. And I thought, okay, probably something's going on here. I thought, all right, we'll just finish off this duel with Krager and the Warlock, and we'll see what's going on. And then I saw the Warlock had a Valpera buff. Already knew that was gonna be trouble. A Valpera Warlock. I smell trouble. Cause who the hell plays a Valpera Warlock? Hi, by the way, play a Valpera Monkus, so I'm part of the problem too. But I saw that and I thought that could be interesting. So then after the duel ended, I went over to the monk and I'm like, or the Warlock, I'm like, what's going on there? I didn't expect for him just to kill Nalix and then turn around and kill the monk. And that's when you're like, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Ready? Let me actually see if Krager's ready. I want to give him another chance, man. I want to give these boys another chance. That was something. I have no idea, Vodka. I have no clue. Okay. We're gonna go again. We'll do... Let's not do Dalaran Sewers, we'll do Lord Ron. If you guys want to get yourself... We'll just do a different arena just to kind of mix it up a bit. If you guys want to keep the same like order, you can. Like if Kraken wants to go... Like Kraken's, I feel like... I guess Kraken technically got to play, but if you guys just want to keep the same order, just not to mess around with so much stuff, you could. Killing people I hear. Yeah, cry. Dude just came over there and just started killing the guy. This rock hit me, I think I was off guard. Yeah, boys, if something like this happens, like if a guy's walking over there, give him like a second, and if they're not doing anything, I would rather you guys, like if you're seeing, hey, this guy's kind of messing, he's like really trying to kill somebody, he's not out here just like throwing people into fear or whatever, he's actually just like trying to legit just kill somebody. I would much better you guys just kill them. You guys are way too nice, by the way. I saw everybody like give him a chance. You guys give him too many chances. You guys should have just capped him real quickly. I would have rather been like, you guys just jump on him, kill him, so he's not causing trouble. Because that guy's just a troublemaker. As be it for Valpera kind, you know what I mean? Alrighty, boys. Let's get a proper one going. We got us John Stark over for the team one with Quaggar on the team. Probably gonna go first again. KT gonna be our backup as a Shadow Priest. We got us what's your name? Sega? I'm gonna call him Sega. I wanna call him Sega. Kind of like the game console. Feral gonna be first out versus the Gloon. Got him to a big dark pack surrounding him immediately, playing out the destruction. Try to go for a bit of a pick and poke out of the Feral Druid. Try to see if he can go for bites. Actually, not a single one of the bites even went into the succubus. So for the Feral Druid, that actually was a pretty good burst. Lots of bleeding onto Gloon. The man is in a bit of trouble. Big burst to the Feral though. Man could be in trouble as well. Gloon trying to see if he can throw out a mortal coil at the guy. Maybe get a couple of casts. Gonna be fear immediate trick it out of the Feral Druid. Can he potentially capitalize here? Gloon got nothing left. This man maybe could go for a bunch of damage, but he's got nothing left. The succubus can't really help him with the feral. He can go for the succubus, but the portals may be enough here. If he can just survive long enough, the portals may be able to do it. Oh, and Gloon does end up overwhelming the guy. With KT going to be up next, charging now towards the Shadow Priest is going to get hit, or the Warlock is going to get hit by the succubus. You see immediate fear after the succubus into a Chaos Bolt. Not much the man can do about it. But I think he's just trying to see if he can get over there and maybe go for a couple of executes immediately. Not give this Justin Warlock a chance to recover. The man is trying to make it back over. Fear to follow. Gloon is going to trick it out immediately. Does not have a trinket to follow, or does not have an interrupt right after. Mortal sent out to KT. Needs to be very careful with any kind of healing. Does Gloon have any self kills whatsoever? A Warlock House would be amazing. Succubus, you see a last second. The man is up with no health. Trying to go for Castle. This man is just fighting right through it. Portals up. Oh, but KT just needed an execute and then it was over. Nothing you could really do about it. With Vodka going to be up next, blasting out KT. Army of the Dead joining in. KT under a ton of pressure. Fear, but he could only fear the demon. Well, I guess this man is a demon of the undead army. KT having to go for that desperate pair PI and Disperse. Trying to go for PI for damage, but Disperse has to be used in order just to fight through the army that's still blasting you. That Gargoyle is just, oh, Valkyrie keeps sniping you. My god, the damage that thing does. Every single one of these bolts, your health bar is just screaming in pain. Every single one of them. Big Shadow Crash onto Vacuum. Does the pet get killed? Looks like the ghoul might have actually had to been sacrificed by the Death Knight. That would have been slain by the Shadow Priest as the man is just capitalizing a bunch of damage. Vodka with a quick blind, looking for a couple of death strikes, but may not be enough. Big Shadow Warrior death executes maybe for KT. This is going to be an army that are joining in. The man may need to get himself a little bit of survivability. Desperate being used up. Does himself a little bit of survivability as well, as he can go for a power word life healing. Stun to Vaku while he's out of the dome. Shadow Crash around the corner. Does he have enough here? Stun. Maybe can go for big heal. Does get himself a big heal. Still is in a lot of trouble. Needs something, anything for this Death Knight. The man, oh my god, is so close. Trying to go for Shadow Word executes. I think trying to go for an execute and then end up executing himself in the process. That is so rough, dude. At some point, my brain just froze, man. I was like, is he gonna live? Is he gonna die? Vodka just walking in from one to the next, going in versus John Stark, trying to see if he can take him down, but a couple executes by the warrior should be enough to take him. Now it's gonna be up next is another Arms Warrior versus Arms Warrior. Johns did take a little bit of damage. Fear immediately. Battle Masters are up for Alex, but he's gonna get hit with the Death Storm. Trinkets out of it. Spear versus John. John may just have to go up for a parry, but looks like it's gonna be Alex just using the spear just to back away from the guy. Parry out for John, as he's expecting big damage out of Alex. maybe can somehow start turning this around. Definitely needs to go for a little bit of self-heal. Got himself a bit of damage. Spear of his own. Nox can't go anywhere. Nox has a parry in case he needs to, but John can maybe blast with a parry with overpowers. Blaze Storm out for Nox. Able to catch up to John, just leaping away out of him immediately. This is going to be a quick charge. Nox looking for the big executes and does get the executes he needs. What's it going to be? Kragar? It's going to be Sega up next. Blaze Storm off of a Storm Bolt. Nox maybe in a bit of trouble himself though. Try to see if he can maybe survive the Storm Bolt to try to see if he can disrupt. Sega leap right after as the man goes in for a charge. Sega does have a charge of his own. This is where Nox goes for a charge himself. Definitely needs to heal. Blaze Storm, while Avatar is active, maybe can get himself the big mortal strikes off of this. Charge doesn't let Sega go anywhere whatsoever, but Nox is under a lot of pressure, does not have how to work with, and Sega does end up taking him down. My goodness. Fury Flame up next. Does Sega take him out here? Because that is an Arms Warrior's Fury. Fury Flame just goes in full cooldowns, big damage off the bat. Sega needs some kind of a defensive. We'll need a parry here. It's going to go for the Dark Iron Racial in order to remove any kind of bleeds off of himself. Parry to follow Fury. If he has a Storm Bolt right here, he could potentially take him down because he can't really crack through the mass defenses unless he got himself some kind of a CC chain. Fury taking a bit of damage, but his health is barely going anywhere. Storm Bolt by Sega isn't enough here. The Fury just needs one more execute. Does down for a second, does go for a Fury. It's going to go for a quick Dragon's Roar to take him down. And Krager is the last one left over for the Team 1. I think he's going to maybe give Fury an opportunity to go for second wind recovery. Possibly. As long as the man doesn't have too many bleeds, he'll be A-okay for the most part. Does he have second wind? If he doesn't second wind, maybe Sweet Baby Boy could go heal him. Also like your little card, by the way. I think it looks precious. It looks so good. Oh my god. Well, this is fun. I enjoy that even if I suck. Gloon, I thought you did really good. The fact that you went in at the Shadow Priest with no help whatsoever, and you were actually doing pretty good. The fact that you got yourself like a proper second BCC at like no help whatsoever, I thought it was great. You did fine, my guy. So Fury Flame does have recovery, but I don't think he has a second wind, like a proper second wind. Does he? Huh. But he does eventually recover enough health. So at least he does give himself a little bit of healing. Stormbolt for Stormbolt. Going to be Krager. Not burning a trinket, but Fury Flame does. Big blaze to follow for the Fury or the Arms Warrior. I keep always thinking the Krager is a Fury Warrior. Parry up right now. Fury Flame does not really have much to work with. He does himself in Rage Regeneration. Maybe he can get himself a little bit of healing with... Is it in Rage Regen? It is in Rage Regen. I keep confusing that and Frenzy Regen all the time. With Sweet Baby Boy going to be up next. Blaze Storm to follow. Trying to see if he can maybe reverse a lot of the Karma damage back to Kragar. But Kragar knows that Karma has gotten a big defensive now for Monks. It's a lot more effective, so going for a Fury on that thing, not the worst idea. Baby Boy trinkets out of the CC from Kragar. Wants to close the gap with a big Serenity. Kragar may be in a bit of trouble. Needs to go for as much self-healing as he can. Spinning Crane Kick, closing out the Fist of Fury. Kragar does he have any more survivability whatsoever? Maybe he can somehow turn this around versus Baby Boy. Doing quite a bit of damage though. But the Monk got plenty of defense still to work with. Touch of Death. All you need to do is get him low. It does end up taking him down. There isn't much you can do there at the end. When you spend every single one of your cooldowns and you got nothing left, that's it. It's just, that's how it'd be. That's just sometimes how it'd be. Let's get ourselves another going here, boys, yeah? Let's get Jesus in here, because the man has been waiting for quite a bit. We hear 5-5. Ali, different group? Or with Jesus, friend? Because we got Jesus ready, Alex is ready, Krager is ready, or Alex maybe ready? Or is Ali a separate group? Different? Hold on. I think Ali got an entirely different group versus Jesus. Let me do a quick Jesus versus Ali. I want to see if he got a separate group, because then we can go Kragar maybe versus Ali, and then we can go Nalix versus Jesus. We'll probably do them in like in this order. We'll go maybe like Ali after Kragar. Or Ali versus Kragar after this one. What can we do? Hook point? We'll try hook point. Separate group? Alrighty. Interesting. Even more morning, dear glory. Appreciate you, George. Appreciate you. Where are you? Okay, there you are. Just hanging out with your chauffeur. Alright, we'll try Ali versus Jesus. We'll see if that works out. It says there's no group. Again, please. Okay, I don't know if hook point works, so we'll do Dalaran see what's it said. And then we'll get Krager immediately. Just realized this is EU. I just saw it's all good. Tomorrow will be NA. You're more than welcome to join us for NA tomorrow. Why not let the guy that just fought have the choice if he wants to pass one round or get his stuff back up again. Oh, okay. I think I know what you mean. Like, kind of like a Pokemon, like you let him reset entirely and just like go back, and let somebody else go in front of him, kind of deal. I'm not against it. Like, it's kind of difficult to like set it up to like coordinate stuff like this. I'm not entirely against those kind of like duels, but it's usually difficult to coordinate something like that because it needs to be like everybody needs to be in on what's going on, and to explain it, I think would take us a bit because the way we've been doing our duels for like so long, for some people I think that would have been like would have sunk in. It's like, okay, that's how duels work. So like changing stuff, I would need to like, I guess, let people know ahead of time, like, okay, this is how we're gonna do it, changing the rules or whatever. The best way of doing duels I found is keep it simple, stupid. Kind of is the motto. Keeping it as simple as possible, like stupid simple. So it's like there's no way to like misunderstand any of it. So everybody can just like play by the same rules and there's no confusion. Which, you know what I mean? Or the 4, I think they're just missing one, but if maybe the one that they're missing is still loading in, it's always a possibility. So maybe they're just missing one for now, which I don't know if I've done that, but maybe they're still loading in. But it looks like Unholy Pain and his team are going to be 4-man squad, at least for the time being. Pav going to be up immediately. It's going to come out of camera, letting the guy know, hey, you're playing against Survival Hunter. Unholy Pain is ready to go as well. On that team, we got ASUS Raisa, we got ASUS Najar, Magistra, and they're looking for Uno Mas for team 2. Hopefully they'll have a load in sometime soon. Bam immediately get a hit with a lockdown. Is he playing BM? Bam is BM this time, not survival. Got us a play the damage versus Unholy Pain as an army of the dead joins in. Bam just trying to see if he can turn around the bestial wrath. All his bets has Unholy in such a low health threshold. Maybe he can go for big kill shots. Trying to get him some big damage. Gonna be a little bit of that. A defensive from Beastmaster Hunter. Trying to go for fortification of the bear. Unholy trying to see if he can fight through the damage with an IBM. Does he have enough right here? Turtle shell out for Pav as Unholy got nothing left when it comes to defenses. Maybe can AMS. Doesn't have a death pact at the moment. Needs a death strike immediately, but it's going to be kill shot immediately as soon as Pav comes out of the turtle shell. With Race going to be up next. Immediate stun. Does he go for Tricket? Does let him go for Tricket. IBM may just be enough here. Throwing out a couple of glaives at Pav. I think the Pav is just dead to the glaives. Yeah, I don't even know if you really need to do much about it. This Hunter was left with nothing left, with Huge Buttman going to be up next. Trying to see if he can fight through the Demon Hunters with a lasso. Immediately knocking it back, just controlling these guys entire game. Immunity out for Risa as they try to see if he can swing back over to Huge. Do the FCC chains potentially. Huge getting hit with a stun. Hunt to follow. Maybe he could use the Hunt to get himself a lot of value defensively, but he's going to be knocked back on their cooldowns. Needs some 1 level burst. Oh! And just absolutely barrages him with just a bunch of meatballs. Back to back stun around the corner, but a root on the Najar can't really capitalize on it. Does slay the demon. It's going to be a cap acetone from a distance, add to a hex, but does end up going for a trinket. Huge Buttman does have a wall for this one with Najar picking up the demonic soul. Knocked back onto Najar with a knockback, but it's not going to sit that long at all. Huge got himself a wall. Ghost at the ready. That's about all he can really do. Maybe he can go for a root totem around the corner onto Najar. If he can find a way to separate it from the Demon Hunter for just a second, he'll be golden. He's an Earthshock Frostshock combo for sure. If Najar can somehow bypass that, he can actually. He could reverse it. If he can bypass it, he'll be golden. He could also use the eventual treat to give himself a bit of immunity from CC as long as he's midair. It's going to go for a bit of a knockback with a root to follow. Huge is trying to buy himself a little bit of time, still looking for a full recovery. Does he have himself the root totem for Najar potentially? Because he could reverse that root totem as well, but it's just going to be slow totem instead. Maybe still waiting for the other one. I don't know. It says for some reason you got a fire elemental available in the cooldowns, but I know you don't have one up and running. Root onto Najar, big lava burst flying in. Hunter follow. Does he have a root right after? Does end up running, but the man does close the gap. Chickens out of the fracture and trying to see if he can get away from it. Not fracture, eruption. I keep calling it a fracture, but it's actually an eruption. Huge still under a ton of pressure. Trying to find himself a bit of recovery. The healing totem down, and that may end up helping you a little bit as Najar does have a demon chasing after him. So should be able to cleanse him of any roots with just the damage that he's doing to him. Could also slay the demon to pick up a demonic soul. Is Huge. Still trying to find himself a little bit of recovery. He's stunned with the earth elemental as soon as he goes around the corner into a freeze. And Frost Shock in order to root him in place is kind of standing next to demonic soul, but hasn't picked it up just yet. And it's going to give him a little little bit of recovery. Trying to see if he can continue getting the damage in, but the Blade Dances can't quite reach Huge as he's going for knockbacks over and over and over to save a Thunderstorm. He does have a Thunderstorm, almost knocked off the platform entirely, but I think he was able to clip him a little bit with those I-beams. Back-to-back lava bursts, big meteor coming down. Oh, Huge just ended up ascending on the guy with the full might of the lava. With Magistra as a Frosty Mage, trying to see if he can slow him down, trying to see if he can freeze him in place. Does he get himself a full stun, a full freeze? He's trying to go for it. I don't think he was able to get the full freeze to go through. That was so rough. It was so hard to track where you were. But he's got himself Ring of Fire. Maybe big damage. Knockback by Huge. Trying to go behind the pillar. Still is looking for a bit of recovery. We are 20% dampening in. And he's finally going to be able to get himself a heal or two. Magistra got himself full Icy Veins on the ready. He wants to go for big damage. Lots of instant cast versus Huge between flurries and lances. And that's actually lots of damage by the Frosty Mage. Just doing all this damage while on the run. Huge got himself big lava burst to the ready. Or Shock to follow. Lassa is going to be able to go for a trinket to break out of it. Magistra actually has Huge on the ropes. Does it maybe turn around? This is going to be a big power shift to get him cooldowns back. Got him some more flurries, more lances, Ring of Frost, Blizzard. He literally can't go anywhere. The man is just running around, instant casting everything. And there's going to be some Ring of Frost, as well as a Ring of Fire around the corner. Huge is just surrounded by the mage's abilities. And it's going to try to see if he can keep the pressure on him as best as he can. Magistra got line of sight of the guy at all times. Huge could never really find himself like any kind of cover. And your respite behind the pillar. Has the wall in case he needs to though. Again, Blizzard just pushing him away from that pillar. Can't really stay behind there for too long. Knocking the mage out in the open, but that's going to be a shimmer to hopefully close that gap again. Huge maybe finally got himself a bit of a breather behind the pillar, and finally he can go for a heal or two. Maybe get him some recovery, maybe look for a Stormkeeper opportunity. Not a lot of mana available. Magistra, as soon as they realize they no longer have the mobility to keep going. Invis, sit down, get us some food, and there you go. Huge Button maybe can still bypass Magistra? Potentially? Maybe. Or maybe that's where Magistra turns it around. I don't see a lot of Nightborn mages. But it looks pretty cool. I like the way they look. Gonna be a back-to-back flurries with lances to follow Huge. Just get him some walls, so Magistra was able to force a pretty decent defensive out of him. And Magistra does use Icy Veins, also with an Alter Time. Huge Button trying to see if he can purge any of these boats, but it looks like all the time he's going to let Magistra recover a little bit of health. Tries to go for Firebend, doesn't quite connect. Huge does it and bypassing it with the big Zans. Back to back, well done. Oh my goodness, it was only a team of 4 over for the team Ali, but hopefully they can get themselves a 5th, man. Let's get Team Ali back in here again, yeah? Because to see, I just want to see how they perform when they got a full 5-man squad. Because the 4 people to put up, I mean, they put up a hell of a fight. Well done, well done. Kragar, are you ready? We can get you with Ali. Ali, let me know if you got a 5-man ready. Otherwise, you'll probably do like Jesus, Kragar, Nalix, one of those guys. Definitely want to do Kragar. And now, we'll just say what the average PvP gear item level is. I'm just trying to see how it compares to mine. So, average honor level, like fully honor geared, full honor gear is 411 item level. Full conquest gear is 424 item level. Getting the full set of like world PvP gear is 421, and the base honor gear is like 407. So average is going to be anywhere between 411 and 424, I'd say. On average, most people have 411 and 424, but it's only about like 10 item level difference or so. So it's not the biggest difference. Like getting a full set of honor gear, you're pretty competitive. You're not quite as strong as somebody with full conquest gear, but at least you're in a competitive environment than like wherever you're at. Thanks for the games. I have to walk the dog. All good, Jesus. So Jesus may need somebody to take over his group. I don't know if he got Pav in there or whatever. Maybe somebody took over that group. That or you guys who want to join Ali, more than welcome to him. Let me know last second. All good. Let me know if ready. Alex, let me know if ready. Yeah, if you guys want to join in, the groups are listed in the raids legacy section, I think. Or are they? I think they are. Or no, would you list yours? Is it custom? Oh, we are waiting for you to finish the game. Okay, cool. So we'll go Kragar versus. No. I can get you an Alex. I'm looking for people that are ready right now. Ali's missing one, but otherwise you'll be good to go, boys. Kragar 5. Have we done a hook point yet? We have not. So we'll do a hook point next. Hey Dal, how's it going tonight? What's up, Stelio? Actually pretty good. Having a lot of fun over in EU, man. Hanging out with the boys, doing the regular. Having fun with some 5v5 1v1 duels. Hey, Dal, so yeah, the average item level was a bit anywhere between 411 and 424 card shell. What's your gear right now, my guy? Do you have a full set of honor gear? Because even with a full set of honor gear, I think you're more competitive than like not having a full set of honor. Even if you have a couple of world PvP items, those are still pretty good. Those can even give you sometimes better secondary stats than what people are looking for. And they're also going to add an opportunity for you to make crafted gear as PvP gear. And you'll be able to use badges so you can give them that PvP scaling. So that's going to be pretty fun. Kind of excited to see what that's going to look like. He said I want out if he wants to, yeah. I mean, if that warlock from that one game wants to join back in, we can just have him go first, right? We can have him go first in a 1v1 duel. So then he'll be dueling one guy out in the open. It's possible he could just attack somebody else on top of it, but at least it'll be a proper 1v1. If you want to join, he could. Not against it. Let's go, boys. Switch. Got us a team one together with Freezies. Oh, as a Blood Elf Warrior. I feel like we don't almost ever see Blood Elf Warriors anymore. Gloon is a Warlock on that team. Nax, we got us a sweet baby boy in the back. Look at him. Oh, he's so precious. Versus Vaku. Vaku first up versus Kragar. Immediately, Kragar seeing the Army of the Deads join up. He backs up out of there. Does have Avatar. Blazestorm was at the ready, but decided that, you know what? That's a lot of damage. Not worth staying in. Banner down for a second. Vaku taking it out fairly quickly before it goes in for a proper stun or anything, versus Kragar. And the manager's trying to play defense a little bit. So starting to see if he can back up out of there while the army is available. It's going to be the rest of the army joining in with the Gargoyle as well. May just want to focus on Gargoyle. Doesn't have interrupt the Gargoyle. Might as well, right? Vaku taking a bit of damage. Just some to fall in death there. But as long as he got the pets clawing and slashing and gashing over at Kragar, he doesn't really need weapons in his hand. He got the weapon that is the Undead Horde. Stormbolt around the corner, trick it out for Vaku as Kragar trying to go for a bit of an Colossus Smash Blazestorm. Maybe that'll be enough here. Try to see if he close that gap. Vaku desperately try to see if he can use Chain of Ice and mobility to get Kragar off of his back, and it's going to get him so the swarm surrounding him for just a second. Kragar needs a charge to close the gap. Does go for a reflect real quickly. Not really sure what he reflected back at Vaku. But it all depends on what Vaku sent the guy in the first place. Is it going to be Death and Decay down? Vaku is going to empower his pets just really quickly. Army of the Dead joining back in. Does have the rest of the Deads coming back up. Stormbolt to follow. It's going to be sword stun by the main pet. Disarmor to Vaku. Limit on what he can really do. Try to see if he can chain up his Kragar into a storm, into a stun. Right after a leap around the corner. Does Kragar have a charge? If he has a charge to close the gap, he'll be okay. As the full army of the undead together with Abomination are charging after him, chasing after the guy. You just need to close the gap. Vaku get hit with a Warbreaker, armor shattered, blind onto Kragar. Again, just kind of letting the pets around Kragar, letting the diseases do him in. Just trying to play it like super hands off in this one. Keeping the man like out of reach, but just still lowering down himself little by little. Using the pest to kind of trickle it away bit by bit. Big executes by Kragar. Does end up fighting through the army of the undeads. It's gotta be frustrating as a warrior having to chase after a death knight. All these goes are slapping you. You're trying to get to the DK, but the chain of ice just does not let you close the gap whatsoever. Kragar met with a succubus immediately. Gloon trying to see if he can find himself a good angle into a port as soon as they're out in the open. Kragar does not like being out in the open. Kragar, I think, would prefer being near a pillar, so you could always go behind to get himself set up. Does go for the double Blazestorm. Maybe Mortal Coil was used by Gloon. I think it was. So Kragar actually got himself full parry at the ready. Big defenses versus Gloon before the man goes ramping up in big damage. Portal after portal. Kragar may be in a bit of trouble. Main choose Battle Master Trinket. If he has it at all, I think he's just trying to see if he can finish our Gloon. Not a lot of health available. Does he himself a heal potentially? Gloon at no help whatsoever. Does drop down Infernal. He's an execute range. Oh! Kragar just had to fight through it as best he could. It looks like Alex is going to give the man, I think, an honor duel. It doesn't look like Alex is trying to just give a Kragar an unfair setup. He's trying to give him a proper honorable duel. Kragar goes behind the pillar, immediately patching himself up, trying to see if he can put out the Grufel fires up on his Harlequin armor, trying to see if he can stitch himself back together before fighting Nalix. And Kragar will not be seeing a parry for a while. I don't really know if now we're supposed to give him like a full honor duel to let him get every defensive available, but at least the guy has at least entire full health bar. It's fun, GDs. Thank you so much for coming by, Gloom. Appreciate you, my man. Hope you had fun. You're more than welcome to join us next week, my guy, after the Warlock's about to get a big buff. Hope you have fun with that one. Gonna be a Stormbolt onto Nalix as Kraken trying to see if he can blast right through him. He's gonna go for a Blaster before the Stormbolt connects. Nalix taking a bit of damage, having to pop back into defensive stance. Wants to go for the big spear, big avatar play. So Lacey has a big go versus Kraken. War stun. Does Kraken have a defensive? He doesn't. All he can really do is maybe use whatever defense he's got in terms of self-kill. Nalix taking a bit of damage though. As he does go into battle stance, it does open him up for damage. Big executes back to back for Kraken, trying to see if he can take down Nalix. Charge for charge as Nalix does go for a big defensive, but he's ruined out the open. Closing the gap again with Kraken. It's going to be a Stormbolt, but a trinket out of Nalix. Trying to catch up a little bit of healing. Kraken hit it with a Stormbolt. Does not have a trinket of his own. Could potentially go for a parry. Does he go for a parry? He has to. He dropped super low in health, and he has to do it. Trying to see if he can fight through Nalix. Nalix has no more defensive. He's walking away, waddling from Kraken, leaping away from the guy, but is it going to be enough though? Big mortal strike by Kraken, taking him down. Well done, well done. Does Freezies give Kraken an opportunity to recover? Looks like he's not really trying to go for the honor duel. I think he's actually just trying to get an angle. Charge onto Kraken into a Fury immediately. Kraken, I think, got a couple of ticks of that second wind, using that Fury to delay any kind of damage from the Fury Warrior. Fury actually using Enrage Regen that early. Does go for the quick war. Kraken catching up a quick impending Witcher off of the guy into a quick disarm right after. Utilizing his mobility CC as well as the defensives and heals in order to reduce the damage of Freezies and then rotating heals on top of it. So he's trying to use everything he can just to live this. Maybe he could just walk away. One of the disadvantages of playing a Fury Warrior, he did just use Dragon's Roar, but for the most part, you don't have a lot of like steady bleeds you can put on somebody like a Mortal Strike or a Rend. So it's very, very difficult for you to establish a lot of that pressure. At least you're constantly on that target. You're very much an uptime class. And for Kraken, he's not one of those classes whatsoever. He can just get in, get a couple of bleeds, do a big damage, back up, let the dogs do work on you. I'm trying to find a better song for you boys. Gonna be a Blaze Storm for Kraken, trying to see if we can fight the Freezies. Is it gonna be enough though? Freezies does not have a big defensive, but he has double weapons and he has a lot of stamina and a lot of healing, a lot of self-recovery. While Kraken is kind of limited, shattering through his defenses into a disarm to follow. Freezies kind of limited what he can really do. Charged by Kraken, looking for the big executes. Isn't enough though. Banner down for a second in case Freezies goes for any kind of CC, but it doesn't happen. Sweet baby boy, gonna be up next. Let's see if Kraken had an opportunity. He does not want to give him a chance. In cap immediate leg ship, trinket by the warrior, leaping away. Has a parry in case he needs to disarm right afterwards. Could maybe use his parry to fight through Sweet Baby. Fear, trying to see if he can get a trinket out of him. Does not get a trinket. Stormbolt to follow. Big Blaze Storm right after. Sweet Baby Boy will have to rotate even more defenses. Big karma onto Kraken as he does so with parry, but looks like Baby Boy wants to back away. He doesn't want to stay aggressive with Kraken at all. I think while the parry is up, as soon as the parry falls off, Kraken may be in a bit of trouble. Stormbolt not available for a while. Crashing through the defenses. Maybe Kraken just overpower him. Big damage by the warrior potentially. So Baby Boy trying to see if he can go for more defenses. Forbrew getting chugged. Chugging to sip it up. Big executes available for Kraken. He has nowhere to go. Maybe he can go for a port. Defensive stance out for Kraken to try to reduce some of the damage he's taken. Stormbolt. Big damage for warrior. Oh, no way. Are you kidding me? There's no way. Oh my goodness, Kraken. You're a monster. What kind of a... Is it just a normal warrior build or were you doing something cheesy there? 5-0. Clean split. Man actually got quite a bit of healing. Granted, he did have a couple of honorable boys giving him some honor duels, at least in the early dampening. But in that higher dampening, the last few games, last few combatants did not give this man an easy out. And kind of turned into a bit of a clutch matchup. We're ready. Yeah, of course you are. Your team didn't even get a chance to play, so I'm pretty sure that they're like, hey, when am I going to get a chance to play? I'm still itching to get in there. Alright, boys, let's get ourselves another one going, yeah? That was so well done. I like that one. That was great, dude. That was a great little duel. Johan, how you doing, my man? Right, too? Did you take over Jesus' group? Is that what happened? Okay, so if you're ready, Ali's ready. I want to give Ali and Johan maybe another rematch. I really want to give you guys another rematch. Okay, Kraken, give it a second. 5 minutes, yeah. 5 minutes for one to the AFK though. 1 sec. Okay, we'll just get Kraken versus Ali, and we'll get Johan versus Nalix. How does that sound? Just so we can get these going. What arena to throw you guys into? Blades again? I think we've gone through all the good arenas. We can do Nokodan, but you guys can do Nokodan, but I cannot. Otherwise, you'll probably do Nokodan. Just sort of like Nokud. The Nokud hold. The Nokud arena. Hey, Dad, long time to see. What's up, man? How you been? Element OP plays. I started saying the name, and then my brain just shut off. That's me, man. I haven't had much coffee today. Element OP plays. Watch you growing up, and it's good to see you still so into the desk making good content. Thank you so much, my guy. Appreciate ya for watching for so long. I really do appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed the content, man. And we got even more stuff coming up with 10.07 and 10.1. Looking to change the game in a fairly major way. Hey, man, we've been through troubles. We've been through ups and downs. We've been through the Shadowlands. We've been through BFAs. We've been through the glory days of Legion. And I'm hoping Dragonflight is the glory days too. Thank you so much for being around here so long, my guy. I'm glad you like the content. So that's saved. What about this one? Is that saved? Maybe? It is... I think saved. I'm afraid it didn't save. I'm just gonna do this. Just gonna do this. Switch. Got us a team one together with Pharrell Williams as a Boomkin. Interesting. Magister on that team as well. We got ourselves Meech. I haven't seen that name in a while. Meech, that's a name I haven't seen in a bit. Najar and Ray. And Ray is going to be first up versus who is it? It's going to be Sega. Is that your real name? I'm just going to call you Sega. Big damage by Risa too. My God. Jesus. Warriors. What is going on with them Warriors, man? Did not give this man even an opportunity. Magister trying to see if he can maybe freeze down Sega. Doesn't freezing him, but the banner keeping that man alive. I think also an fell eruption from earlier did put him in a kind of bad spot. Big glacial coming out for the Frosty Mage, but I don't think he was able to get a proper glacial there. I think that might have gotten reflected. Magistra trying to see if he can just chip away at Sega here little by little, but maybe the man just waits it out. He does have second one coming back up. That's where Magistra decided, I'm going to ice block it in case this man decides to run away. Another glacial spike. Got himself, distance, just right through the heart, piercing the boy. But that warrior, man, he was living for quite a while. The man got a lot of damage. But also takes quite a bit as well. Or sometimes. They sometimes take a lot of damage. Gotta be Magistra. Big shatters onto KT, but the man is gonna shut it down with a quick silence as the Shadow Priest trying to find himself a better angle. Shadow Priest versus Mage. I feel like the Shadow Priest has a definite advantage here. I feel like with the CC that they got and the overall damage, the dispel potential, the massive spell opportunities, they should, I think, be in a better spot. Gonna be Magister knocking back KT off of the platform, throwing him down with a big blizzard as well as a frozen orb. That's gonna be a lot of damage. Magister just belting him away. Flurries, Lances, actually chipping away through the defenses of KT little by little as they do go for a bit of a desperate prayer. Magister making sure to get himself a shield as soon as the spells come out from KT. This is gonna be another big glacial getting loaded up. Got himself a fear with a Mindbender as well. It is a Mindbender. Interrupted on a Shadow. Could be pretty big for the Mage. Doesn't go for the Glacial. I don't think he had the Shatter bonus though. Oh, and I think that's actually goes back to my KT. Yep. The instant cast value of a Shadow Priest is so high, man. You got so many abilities you can use back to back just while chase out for somebody. While keeping himself healthy, which I do like the fact that Shadow Priest could actually keep themselves healthy as part of being the priest class. Mind games as Meech got pretty big bleeds onto KT, hitting him with a fear. Big damage available. That's also going to be a Siphon at the ready. Silence on a Meech to reduce some of the healing. He got big damage by KT. Drop down Shadow Crusher to Meech. I don't even know if he connected properly. Meech is going to power shift out of this one. KT, does he have enough damage to finish it? Meech is so low health. Maybe an Execute is going to take him down. Oh, he does end up spiking him down. Ah, Shadow Priest, man, they are a force to be reckoned. Gonna be Pharrell Williams trying to see if he can root down and interrupt KT. He does still have Disperse, meaning to use it here. It is a Balance Druid. I don't know if you would look at a Balance Druid as a threat or not. I probably would. Mindbender joined in. Pharrell Williams trying to see if he can break out of it. That's going to be Trinket. Immediate stun. As KT goes in for a Mind Games onto Pharrell Williams. Going to be kind of limited on what he can really do to slow down KT. It's going to be Silence off of the Cyclone with a Siphon to follow solo health. Execute may be enough here. Oh, does he have it? Does he have the instance to take him down? Still a Siphon was chasing him for a good while. Mind Blaster on the corner. Is it enough though? Does he have the damage? KT is rooted out in the open. Does not have a massive spell by the looks of it to be able to remove it. As Pharrell Williams is going to go for a little bit of that Heart of the Wild. Heart of the Wild enhances Feral Druids and really any Druids. And you spec that they're not. So like if you're a Guardian Druid, your tankiness doesn't get enhanced, but your healing does. Your magic damages and your physical damage is. So for Pharrell Williams, he gets more physical damage, better tankiness, but also more healing and less mana regen, less mana cost actually. Cyclone, oh, it doesn't even matter. The KT is gonna hit him with a mind game stun, execute right after. The Shadow Priest just go for a full sweep. Just unstoppable. Root onto Najjar. Demon Owners are pretty good at catching after people. They have a lot of mobility, but roots and slows, they can't really remove him quite as easily. Najjar maybe could have used reverse magic here, potentially. KT tried to see if he could go for a big fear versus Najjar. Does he have a siphon to follow? Looks like he doesn't have the siphon, but he just tried to go for a little bit extra tickle damage on Najjar while the fear's active. Siphon joins in, Mindbender's in as well. Could be big damage. Metamorphosis up for Najjar. Definitely needs some kind of heal. Try to go for an intro versus KT, but does he get to do it? Darkness down, is it enough though? Oh, and KT goes for a full sweep. This man is relentless. This doesn't let these boys go anywhere. My goodness. Not a full 1v5, but a pretty good 1v4 by the Shadow Priest. Well done, well done. Didn't go into high dampening either. That was a quick game. This man wanted to avoid high dampening and played where he was comfortable, where he could survive a lot of the onslaught while reversing the instant cast damage back at the enemy target. I like it. Let's get us another going, yeah? Onomas, onomas. First it was Kragar, who came in 1v5. His team barely got to play. We're like, all right, we'll give you guys a second chance. Now we go again. It's like Kragar got a Shadow Priest, but just goes in for a full sweep 1v4. All right, we just throw Kragar again. Now, Alex, let me know if you're ready. Johan, also got to get you in here too, yeah? Let me know if you guys are still got a 5-man. I just want to make sure you guys got a 5. I used to watch your videos while I did legs in the gym. Was doing 5-hour days at the time. That's crazy, vegetables. You still do leg day? You still do for the 5 hours, man? Or are you taking it easy with that? That's crazy, dude. Hey, that's awesome. If I could be someone to, if I could be sitting here in front of a PC, being super unhealthy, playing video games for hours and hours, if that gets you out there in the gym working on your health, I'm happy, honestly. I'm happy to know that. Ready? Awesome. Johan is ready. I'm sure Kragar's ready too. Do we get Kragar, or do we do Johan versus Nalx? Nalx, are you ready? Let me know. Let me know if you are ready and have 5. Sorry to keep asking you, just double checking before I queue people. Sorry about that. Dude, why is it today I'm just like, man, I feel like I'm bothering people. Why is Audible today? My team left? Oh, okay. That's unfortunate. Now, you could maybe join Johan though, yeah? Kragar, let me know if you're ready. Ready? Or does the team fall apart for you too? How are we doing? What teams do we have? Because Ali, I think, is the team. Kragar should have a team and Johan should have a team then, yeah? So we have 3-man right here. Sure? Cool. Yeah, if you want to join one of the guys that are looking for more, you're more than welcome to. I definitely encourage it. Okay, cool, boys. The Kragar versus Johan. 5. What arena do we do, man? I think we've done all of them, right? Have we done another Grand? Another Grand? No, Grand. I don't like how the Grand is all dark mode, though. I wish you could change the time of day for the Grand. But it has a time of day that changes with the server time. You guys listening? I think we are. I think they are listening some. I would double check at LFG just to make sure they are. Because it should be listed in LFG Raids Legacy. Tarion Johnson. Alrighty. I like it. I like it. I like it. Well done, boys. Well done. Hell yeah. Yo, where does EU get their daylight savings, by the way? When does EU go through daylight savings? Let me know, boys. Let me know. Alrighty. We'll see how we do. Okay. I think I have it set up here. Alright, let's see. Switch. Hopefully it works. We got ourselves a Grifka over for the team too. Oh, switching. Grifka as a subtlety. I like the Mog though. I like that a lot. Holy Saya on the team as well. We got Huge. We got SS Pav. It looks like Bar, the Beastmaster Hunter, is going to be first up versus KT, the Shadow Priest. Trying to see if he can start removing some of the buffs off of him with a Trink Shot. It was actually swapping out some of his pets. I think he's swapping out to like maybe a motorcycle pet, maybe. So he definitely did make a spread swap at some point. VAR trying to see if he can get himself a better angle. KT looking to just go for a full CC chain onto VAR. Got him hit with a full Fear Mindbender available. Does he go for the big go? I think he's trying to go for a big one-shot playstyle. Does VAR end up surviving this one? That's going to be maybe more instant cast damage from KT. As VAR got himself fortification of the bear. Big damage out of the hunter as well. Stun onto VAR to follow. The Shadow Crash comes around the corner. A spike on all of these pets, which may be able to give KT a little bit more survivability as he's able to dot every single one of his pets with a vampiric touch. VAR got himself a binding shot onto KT, has to walk out of it, but it's very, very DR. VAR, every time he goes for feign death, does end up removing all of his dots, trying not to get interrupted by VAR as best as he can as KT. Man, having to reapply those dots back again and again. This burst comes out really early for the Shadow Priest though, as VAR was putting some pressure on the guy. And VAR taking some damage on his own as well, waiting until he can get himself yet another feign death. The dots are singeing in his health bar, keeping him very, very low. Main to go for a bunch of traps in order to control the Shadow Priest here a little bit. Does he have... He does have a camo. Does he have any dots on himself though? I think he's actually clean, so he's going to be able to get himself full recovery. KT maybe could go pick it up the eyes. The faster he can pick him up, the faster he can catch VAR before he goes for full recovery. Gonna be a freezing trap immediately as soon as he does get himself a proper pickup, but he knows where VAR is at. Gonna be binding shot as soon as he moves, is gonna end up stunning you. Trinket out of it, stun into VAR. Mind games to follow. Isn't gonna be enough though. VAR is definitely gonna have to go for feign death to remove the mind games, but it's gonna allow KT to establish proper dots on him. VAR got himself plenty of defense as he got himself that bestial, the bear fortitude to give him a little bit more health to work with. Stun onto KT, but it looks like maybe VAR maybe out of CC for the time being. And one more execute did it for KT. Does he have enough? Oh, he does end up going for a quick execute while it goes behind the pillar, letting the dots work on VAR. He knew that he didn't really have much left there. He had to stay aggressive and just hope he could just overpower the Shadow Priest. But the survivability of the Priest, the instant cast damage, the spikiness of all that damage, it is tough to deal with. Huge Buttman gonna be up next. Another class that has a lot of instants, actually, quite a bit of extra support. And if you guys haven't seen in 10.07, they got a big like buffs for a lightning based build, like a lightning bolt build for shamans. I'm actually excited to see if that'll work out well or not. I'm hoping it does, because above the damage of lightning bolt by quite a bit. Big level burst out for Huge Buttman. Man, they're shocked. Oh my god. Shadow Priest has a little bit more of a predictable damage output with all the dots that they put up and the spikes and all the procs, but a shaman is a whole nother story. Just goes in, a random eruptions like a volcano spouting out a bunch of lava bursts at you. You did not expect it, but then you got hit by Machu Picchu. It's Krager trying to go for a bit of a blaze storm, reflect up in case Huge goes in for a freeze. One thing that Huge Buttman can do easily when it comes to warriors is rooting him out in place, knocking him around, thrashing him all over the place, and slowing him down. And Jordan made an appearance. He did, actually, Morgan. He did. The boy George made an appearance a couple of times, actually. Kragar charging out. Huge Buttman does end up going for a big haymaker. Earthshock available. Frostshock to follow. Kragar is going to be able to break out of this one as long as he can use Reflects and Blade Storms at the right time. He may actually be able to avoid any kind of slows or roots. Trying to go for a big charge after the knockback, but Huge looking for that big execute. Huge got himself a bit of a leap. Leap back up for Kragar. Looks like he's going to be able to go for a sweep here. Just needs one more global light and allows it to keep him at bay. Just needs to throw a weapon. Huge. Are you still alive? He's just trying to see if he can get away. Reflect up. You can't even slow the guy down. Oh my god. He need a heal right now. Root around the corner. Krager does not have a Blaze Storm. He does get a root sewed. And there was a root that was around his pet for a second here. Huge. How he's still alive. He's trying to go slow. Drop a slow totem down onto Krager. Maybe a bit of a heal totem too. Just trying to survive this. Oh my god. Oh no. Kragar does end up taking down some of these totems. Huge is able to recover a lot of health while he's in Ghost Wolf. He's just getting percentage healing off of this. He needs a Earth Shock or Earth Shield. I don't know if he's got one already available, but he's definitely waiting out for Krager. Stormbolt to follow. Does go for a knock. Charge back to Krager to re-engage. The banner is finally down. That's why I think Huge Buttman tried to go for a Lightning Lasso, but that went, I think, into a Blade Storm, which is super unfortunate. Wall up for Huge. Just trying to see if he can give himself a little bit more recovery. He does. Krager have a way to get out of this one, though. Looks like he'll be okay. Huge is just under a ton of pressure, trying to finally get himself a little bit of healing here and there. Does he have a root totem for Krager? He definitely needs to root the man out in the open at some point. Definitely needs to root him out at some point. No one listening to regular rates? I'll double check after this now. How does it sound? Stormbolt to follow. Krager knockback for a quick second. Another Blaze Storm, just unstoppable. Does Huge end up coming out of this situation? Reflect to follow. I think he just might have him here. Knockback, but actually knocked himself back. It was a Reflect that caused Huge to kind of knock himself back away from Kragar. That kind of gave an opportunity to like catch up a little bit of healing. Huge still under a ton of threat. I think a Battle Master Trigger just fell off. Krager has a lot of offense at the ready. I don't know if Huge can really do much to stop him. Light Lhasa keeps him at bay for just a second, but that ignored page just absorbs so much of the damage. As Huge is doing everything he can to try to see if he can survive it. Krager is just backing up out with a leg stun as he goes in for Heroic Leap. Warbreaker to follow, try to see if he can juke out Huge Buttman if at all possible. But Huge is going to take the big debuff behind the pillar. My god. He's doing everything he can to survive this. Krager is very limited on what he can do to catch up. It really is going to come down to eventually Huge Buttman will, I think, just want to stay in there and get aggressive. Haymaker to follow. Doesn't sound long at all. Going to be charged yet again, but Huge got himself Blinching Mobility Wall and Ghost Wolf. Just unimpeded by any kind of charges or any kind of slows. At some point, he's, I think, going to have to get in melee and just, or at least out in the open with Kragar, start rotating Earth Shocks, Frost Shocks, and then just try to see if he can get a bunch of Lava Bursts in. The Fire Elemental trying to keep Kragar in combat, but it's not really doing a fantastic job of it. It's trying to. Light Lhasa, Kragar trinkets out of it. Huge maybe can use it to make a big play. Knock back into Kragar. He does go in for a Warbreaker, Blaze Storm to follow. Not much you can really do to stop the Warbreaker for the time being. And Huge got himself a root onto Kragar, looking to get away. Needs to catch up a little bit of healing while the wall is up. And I think he just needs to have a go. Because eventually dampening is maybe going to help him. But Kragar just, the longer you wait, the more cooldowns Kragar is going to end up getting. Frost Shocks, big lead by the Warrior. Got himself a bit of a Reflect. Earth Shock to follow him. Frost Shock right after. Does end up getting a big root. Fear onto Huge with a Stormbolt. Man, it's just rough. Kragar try to see if he can just bypass him for Huge. He can keep Kragar at bay. But at some point, he was going to have to add damage to that control. But it's so difficult because Kragar is just trying to see if he can counter the control. And it feels like the Warrior got an answer for everything. We're rooting back out, hit Batman with a Blaze to follow. I think it may be over, yeah? Potentially. Lhasa does not have a trigger for this one. Does he take him? Big Reflect. Oh my god. I think it's over, dude. I think it's over. It's so rough. The Shaman's still trying to see if he can survive it. I am impressed. I am impressed that you're alive. You have like no health whatsoever. Literally one more hit. You can sneeze at this man and you fall over. You got his health so low. Lordy. 8 minutes in a duel chat. 41% dampening. Are you kidding me? That's actually so long. Such a long while. This man is alive. He doesn't want to go down. I wonder if that's going to have a big payoff though. Like if Huge Botman turns it around and actually blasts out Kragar at the end of the day has a big payoff. I mean, imagine the glory that will give you. Kragar try to see if he can maybe charge in Warbreaker versus Huge Buttman. Blade Storm. Monobe, I think, one last Haymaker for Huge Buttman. Last opportunity for him to really make a big play. Kragar, I think, may just have you in the orbs with Blaze that is just going to be brutal. Does have a Fire Elemental dropping in a big Meteor. Kragar looking to catch up with as much healing as possible. Walking past the totem, slaying every single one of them. Doesn't matter what the totem does. They're trying to deny Huge Buttman any kind of survivability, any kind of healing, any kind of slows or control. Immediately the totem is down, kills it. Doesn't want to give him opportunity because eventually the totems are not going to be on cooldown. And you won't be able to get any value from him whatsoever. Leap around the corner, Stormbolt does get hit by a root totem, but a Blaze Storm breaks him out of it. A Kragar, I think, may just have him with a big old execute. War to follow. Is that a bleed onto Huge? If that's a bleed, looks like maybe there is a bleed. I don't know if it is the big roar bleed. I feel like the roar bleed would have taken him down though. The fact that he's still alive is just insane. Shamans, man. Shamans between ghosts, between roots, between slows, between knockbacks. Like, what do you do in this situation? Stormbolt, Kragar, charged in, can't go anywhere. DC'd? No! No way Kragar got DC'd. No, you're not gonna hit him while he's DC'd. No way! Oh my god, no you're not. You are not. Are you kidding me? Oh no! You are kidding me! No! Are you kidding me? Oh my god, what happened? What just happened? He DC'd him, he got him double knocked, which I guess DC'd the guy. And then you took advantage of the situation and just blasted him. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, I can't, chat, that is so scummy. That is scum play. And that we're in charge now, dude. Oh no. They did not appreciate the scum play, did they? They did not appreciate the scum. I mean, what can he do, right? When the guy is deceived? But man. Oh man. Normally, I'd be like, well, it's a 1v1. We should keep it to 1v1. It is fair, all in all. But when it's a DC like that, it just feels so bad, man. It just makes you feel so bad. Gives me like a bad feeling in my tummy too, dude. It's one of those like, it's one of those uneasy feelings where it's like, that's not fair. You know what I mean? It's wrong. It feels like it's so wrong. Look at him 2v1. Yeah, you're killing. Oh my god, Holy Sai with a big burst, man. Now I feel like the duel is gonna be all about the DC. And we should still celebrate Holy Sai, who just blasted out Charion in like 2 globals. Was well done. The warrior here intervened, pathetic. Oh man, it's one of those things where, you mean John Stark? I don't know, man. I feel weird because it's a close duel. It's you versus Kragar. It was going places, and then a DC. Like you can't control when you get DC'd, but taking advantage of the situation because the guy DC'd. I don't know, there's something foul about it, you know what I mean? Ah, that felt weird, man, that felt bad. Oh no. Rematch? Definitely gotta be a rematch. Definitely gotta be a rematch between the two. We can have the two go against each other, and we could maybe pick a... maybe quit? I don't think he did. I don't think he did. It looked like he got knocked, DC'd, and then he started walking immediately. I don't think he quit. But we can look back at the footage. Holy Saya blasting out the warrior, Jesus Christ. Holy Saya actually got a lot of damage. I know we had a DC here, but holy, he's still holding the fort here. He's still trying to keep it playing. My goodness, he got himself lots of Word of Glories. Feral Druid doesn't have taken him out with a big old Convoke. That is rough. Rematch? Definitely rematch. Definitely got to get a rematch here. Definitely going to be a rematch. We can't end it like that. I'll let you guys decide what arenas you want. I'll let you guys decide. We'll rematch it. We could do a different arena or the same one if you guys want to. I would prefer doing a different one just for the sake of variety. But like an arena you guys would be happy with. This is going to be Pav trying to see if he can maybe find himself an eyeball versus the Feral Druid. Feral hanging out by the corner. Pav knows exactly where he's at. He can see him. He's going to be able to send in the pets at him immediately. With the kill commands back to back to back. With Feral walling off, trying to see if he can close that gap with Pav. Pav, unless he got himself a way to remove the bleeds with a Manning Bennett, she may actually be in a bit of trouble. Back-to-back bites, but Feral Druid may just have him here. Feign death for a second. Pav trying to give himself defenses. Gonna be a silence onto the Feral Druid with a sudden fall. And does he have the damage? Oh, he was so close. Oh, he almost had it, but the Feral Druid doesn't uplift it. Are you kidding me? This man got a lot of burst. Feral Druid definitely got a lot of burst, lots of damage, knows how to use his cooldowns appropriately. Well done, but now he's gonna have to go up versus Grifka. Rough, man. Rough. 73% dampening? That's a long duel. That's a long one. Grifka trying to see if he can maybe find himself a better angle versus Feral. Feral maybe picking up eyes. I feel like Grifka at this point maybe could pick up the eyes, but if you let that Feral get a proper opener on you, that could really turn it around for you. Grifka looking out for the eyes is going to mount up. If Feral Druid notices him fast enough, you will see that the Rogue is out in the open. The Rogue is probably going to be able to shadow step to him. Oh no, does the Feral Druid realize what's going on? He should know the guy. Oh, immediately gouges him with a blind. So trying to see if he can force a trick out of him. Doesn't force an adaptation. It's going to be Kiddish to follow right after a secret technique. There's nothing he can do. That is super unfortunate. Does get himself a bar skip, but it's over. This high dampening, you ain't healing that. Man, that's rough. Let's get us another going here, boys. I'm so sorry, Holy Saya. It felt like the duel really did get kind of off the rails. We couldn't really appreciate your 2 kills there, actually. Well done, my man. Well done. We gotta go again. We have to rematch it. What's up, Bubbers? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. We just had a controversial duel where it was going really, really close. Это были последние для меня. Давай сыграем еще сейчас. Okay. Okay, rematch. We can do a rematch. The Kraken says it's going to be the last one for him for the night. I think he's trying to be a good sport about the whole DC thing. But it's one of those duels where you and Kragar are going against one another, trying to see if it can bout each other. It's so close, back and forth. Like Kragar feels like you're trying to knock him around, control him, but he's trying to see if he can give you an answer, but you're not quite going down. And it's all just going super, super like close. Could be anyone's game. Maybe you'll be able to turn around. Maybe Kragar will claim victory. And then it's like some kind of like a knockback thing happens, and then Kragar DCs. And then you kind of swing around the corner and you start blasting the guy. Like while both competitors can play the game, it's like, all right, it's a real match. It's fair. Both of them are trying to do whatever they can. It's really close. It's interesting. But as soon as the guy gets DC, it's like, well, he's like sitting duck out in the water. He can't do anything about this. And when like Stormkeeper blasts him while he can come back, it's like, should we wait for him to come back? It looks like he DC'd, not his fault. He can't play. He's defenseless. And then when the guy is like just trying to log back in, he logs back in as you kill him. It's like, it feels like it takes a lot of that. It takes something out of that duel. So let's go again. How does that sound? Maybe you do a Johan versus Kragar in the opener. Johan, what arena would you want to do? Let me know, my guy. Did I save this? But yeah, that one was just like it's one of those things that we can't really control the DCs. It's unfortunate. And in most cases, like if a DC happens, don't count it as a win, don't worry. Yeah, it's all good. What arena do you want to do, my guy? Any preference whatsoever? Because we did a grand, which seems like a proper, like, even arena for everybody. But yeah, I want to say we do it again. You versus Kragar, maybe. Because I could say, tell him that it'd be him versus you off the bat, if you want to do it. I say we do it. I say we do a proper rematch. Let me know if your team is ready. Ready, maybe no good. I can't do no good. I can't do that one. Don't have DF on down, so it won't let me. Any other arena preference? Can you check Legacy? Yeah, I can. Is there no groups in Legacy? Legacy Raid, hit 5. I see a Mythic plus Fresh Run. Yeah, there's no Legacy group here. Looks like the group here. I think it's because Nalix, Johan, and Kragar both have the teams. The Grand ZM, the group says. ZM. Zereth Mortis? Oh, these Zereth Mortis arena? I haven't done that one in a long while. We could do that. How's our progression? Killed the Razagath. And we've been really clearing her for a couple of weeks now. At least like 3 weeks. But it's been awesome, man. I've been having a lot of fun. Zereth Mortis, I guess? We could try that one. What is that called? Crucible? Kragar and Johan 5 Crucible 1. Is it Crucible? I think it's Crucible. I think it's Crucible. Alright. Are we doing Kragar versus Huge Buttman as a first duel? I haven't done this arena in 5v5 1v1s, by the way, in a long while. I don't really remember if it's... I think last time we looked at this arena, it was way too big. Way too big for duels. However, we're just going to give it a try, see how it goes, all that good stuff. Are we doing Huge Buttman versus Kragar? Huge, would you be down to do a rematch versus Kragar? Proper rematch. Proper 1v1. Proper go again. Or do you just want to do a roll and figure out who goes first, who goes last? I was kind of higher on my list because I was Blizzard Golden Child, or at least it feels that way. Pally's a good class. Yeah, Paladin's a good class to get into. I miss the game so much. It's been ridiculous to decide. Yo, if you look at Paladin, they got a pretty big revamp in 10.07. They're awesome. I'm fine with whatever. I might drag it out again. Or not, to be very fair. It's fine. It's whatever you want to do, my man. It's however you want to play. Like, if you're trying to win a duel, you're trying to win a duel. I'm not here to commentate on, like... Think count as win? Twitch. Well, okay, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I don't know who's going to be first, who's going to be last. I guess it looks like they're just throwing it on the feral. Okay, so you guys do slash roll. I think you guys just should do slash roll to figure out who's first, who's last. Switch. Haven't been in this arena in a while, man. The Crucible. I do like it for 2s, 3s. It's kind of maybe a bit too big for duels. Huge Buttman is going to be first up versus the Feral just skulking around the corner, trying to go for a proper opener knockback immediately. I think he's trying to maybe set up a big ol' convoke. He's playing an adaptation trinket. So the Huge Buttman should be able to see him every single time with a lasso, which is only a 4-second stun. On team 1 or team 2, we got us Pav, we got us Holy Side, we got Grifka and Carrie joining back in as a warrior. Huge immediately going in for a bit of a wall, trying to see if he can finish for a Lava Burst. Proc Stone Keeper available. Does the Feral have an interim? He does not. Maybe big damage to the Feral Druid. Does a wall in case he needs to. Still trying to see if he can get the big bleeds in. It looks like something proc is adaptation. What proc adaptation? Is it the root? Is it the freezing root? Is that what that was? Leave it back in towards Huge Budman, trying to take him down. Knock back at the Feral Druid with the root to follow. As Huge is still under a ton of pressure, but it does have a pretty big arena to go for the knockbacks to make sure the enemy goes flying a good distance. Like the last to follow versus the Feral Druid, does he end up taking him down? Big Urshock right in the middle is going to freeze him right after. Haymaker to follow, just knocking him back, keeping him at bay. But the Feral Druid may just have him potentially trying to get away, but the bleeds, oh man. There's just a lot of damage to deal with. Carrie up next as Arms Warrior tried to leap in, using the throw weapon to deny Feral Druid, and he got a reset. Spear doesn't quite connect, but maybe he can coach the Feral back into the Spear. Mad Blaze to blast it right through it. Oh, and just a big old bloody execute flying out from the Druid after. With John Starr going to be up next as an Arms Warrior. I think try to give Carrie an opportunity to at least get himself some bearings, some cooldowns. You can give him an opportunity to be like, hey, I'm coming for you, but I'm giving you a second here to get ready. Battle Master Trick available for Carrie. Gonna be a spear by John, and Carrie's gonna have to pop defenses here. Parry for Parry here, but John is the one taking a bit more damage. The overpowers are gonna be able to flash right through those defenses. John with a trinket as Carrie tried to see if he can back up out of there really quickly. John got himself full avatar at the ready. Carrie does have a human racial available. Won't be able to use it for like a good minute, I think, because he does share CDs with the normal trinkets. So may put him in a tight spot. He is down on defensives compared to John, who just got to use some damage. But I think their health is more or less equal actually. So maybe Carrie just able to like micromanage his defenses a bit better and is able to chip away John here and there when he gets a chance. So ends up just kind of coming out on top here. But definitely did start on the back foot after spending all that time into the Feral Druid. Gonna be Carrie taking lots of damage. Big executes. Oh my god, John just ended up turning around here. I was giving Carrie credit, like, man, this guy knows how to chip away at someone's health. And then John just knows just how to steal someone's health. My goodness. Carrie was doing actually okay. And then John decided, you know what, let's just cut you down to size. My goodness. And Pav giving this man a proper honor duel. Do you have second wind? Friend, if you don't got second wind, do you have a bleed on you? Maybe KT could heal him? Because if he doesn't have second wind, looks like Pav wants to give you as much of an honor duel as possible. If the Shadow Priest can maybe give you a heal or two to help you catch up, like maybe you'll be okay. I don't think this man is running second wind at all. Yeah, he doesn't run second wind. Normally that would give you like a lot of healing, but I guess in duel, like as a warrior, you normally don't really get opportunity to heal. Cracker tried to give him a bit of first aid, trying to help the boy out, try to get him battle ready. Does KT maybe get a couple of flashlights for the guy? Maybe they can let him know, like, yo, go heal him real quickly. Give this man an opportunity. I think Pav is literally walking to the priest and be like, hey, can you go heal that guy? Please, can you go over there and heal him? He needs some aid. Help this man out. Is that what's going on? I don't know if he's gonna be able to get a proper heal. It looks like Pav is like, all right, I guess we just gonna have to start it. Try to give him as much of a heal. But I think the Shadow Priest may be AFK. Biting shot onto John Stark, trying to see if he can get out of there. Big charge towards Pav. Is going to have a parry ready. That's going to help him reduce quite a bit of that pet damage. As Pav trying to maximize it out. Going to be a spear, but Pav does end up spearing down the pet's freezing trap onto the warrior though. Looks like none of those pets actually get caught in the spear. That or maybe pets normally don't get caught by a spear. Fear onto Pav is trying to get out of there. Scot-free with a disengage. Bladestorm with massive mortal strikes coming out for that unhinged playstyle. John just doesn't have a lot in terms of defenses. Trying to see if he can maybe turn the attention onto the pets. Maybe catch a heal or two. If he can land inside Pav, he may actually be kind of okay for a bit here. Definitely need some kind of CC to take down Pav. Stormbolt, no trinket available. Does he have the damage? Bear's Fortitude is available for Pav. Does go for the Warbreaker. Needs a heal right then and there, but Pav does end up taking him out. I do wonder if that duel would have went a little different if the warrior was able to get himself a proper heal. But KT wasn't there to heal the guy, which is unfortunate. KT trying to see if he can find himself a better angle versus Pav. Does he get to though? Does he get to? Pav, I think, just trying to see if he can maybe get himself a bit of a camo. Because if he can go for a proper camo, he can get himself a proper honor duel. Trying to go for body shot, does end up hitting Big AT with a death chakram, ripping right through the defenses of Shadow Priest. Trying to close the gap with Pav, maybe go for a fear, goes in for a fear, Mindbender potentially. No, instead he's just gonna go for spikes. Pav with a faint death to clear all the dots for a second, but KT has him on the rope. Siphon joining in as well, doing percentage damage. And KT did end up forcing out his big defensive there of ages, but still, at least was able to claim victory over the Hunter. With Grifka going to be up next, over for the team 2, with only 2 people left over on the team 2. Grifka, the sub-rogue, should be able to deal with KT quite easily, I imagine. Wait, did Grifka go from like an... Do you have 2 rogues, Grifka and Grifka? Or do you end up swapping your rogue to a Night Elf just for the duels here? I just noticed you're a Night Elf, but normally you're a human rogue, aren't you? KT trying to see if he can maybe fight the rogue. There's a lot of damage he was able to disperse at the very least, so he's able to survive it quite a bit. Grifka with the Cloak of Shadows might be a-okay for him right now, though. Trying to maximize damage with KT as he got himself the Divine Vampiric Embrace together with Divine Plea. Divine Plea? Is it Divine Plea? I think it's Divine Plea, isn't it? But I could be wrong on that one. Sap onto KT. Grifka trying to see if he can find himself a better angle. Getting the shot onto KT. Isn't enough though. Got him some big secret technique. Has to go for a trinket into a cheap shot. Eviscerate. Oh my god, the damage. It just got ramped up, and that eviscerate maybe was a crit, maybe not. Who knows, honestly. Krager is maybe up next. No, it's going to be Telrion instead. Trying to give Grifka at least an opportunity to get himself a proper reset. Grifka stealthing out in the open, Telrion kind of hanging by the wall. I think he's trying to get Grifka out by the wall, away from any kind of pillars. Because Grifka eventually, I mean, is he just going to go pick up the eyes? Is he just going to go deny Telrion any eyes? He could, couldn't he? Pick him one up, and Telrion just kind of hanging out by the wall. I think that's probably the better place to be, because you don't really want the rogue resetting behind the pillar, while you're out in the open in particular. 7 minutes into the duel, quite a bit of dampenings up. Telrion could go maybe for a leap. Looks like he's holding his fort. I think he wants to give Grifka a proper opener. Just holding his fort, back place against the wall. Well, if you shadow step him, you don't step through a wall, do you? You don't step through a wall, do you? Or do you? Is that a thing? I guess we'll find out. Definitely like the stream. Definitely do, boys. DS. What's up, Lou? Hey, my guy. Yeah, I think you're just trying to keep the rogue away from any. Do you actually? You DC if you shadow step to him? There's no way, right? There's no way. Grifka goes in for a gouge. Telrion walking away from wall, charging out disarm mode for disarm, as neither of the competitors has a weapon. Telrion just trying to see if he can back up out. Maybe go for a banner. Banner going to be eliminated, but Grifka immediately parry out for Telrion. Just trying to see if he can crack through defenses of Grifka. Leaping over with a Stormbolt. Big bleeds are up. Grifka's going to take a lot of bleed damage. May need to use a Vanish Shoot to live this. Trying to go for maybe a Sippy Cup. The blades are wrecking right through him. Telrion does not sit up blind for too long, but long enough for the sap to come in. And Grifka still has a couple of bleeds sticking on him. Does Telrion have Zerkers? Looks like he does not. Can shut to follow? Has a trigger for it. Grifka with an evasion. Maybe overpowers, can still overpower right through those defenses. Fear, and it's going to be triggered by the rogue. Maybe overpowers? No, he does not have overpower. Grifka does not sit the stealth long at all whatsoever. Try to go for a bit of re-stealth. Whirlwind gets him out in the open. Battle Master Trinket available, or Battle Stance available for Telrion. Trying to see if he can blades with the Grifka. Isn't enough though. Chin death to follow. Does he have the bleeds? It's not going to be enough to charge in it. Oh, as the gouge comes out, Telrion does end up swiping him out. Well done, well done. With Holy Saya gonna be up next, trying to see if he can slow down Tel. And Tel needs to do whatever he can to get himself a second win recovery. I don't know if he got Shadow Meld of his own. If he can somehow get away from Holy Saya and then Shadow Meld it, I think he may be okay. Stormbolt, again, just trying to deny any kind of damage from Holy Side best he can, but eventually he has Shadow Meld. Blaze Storm, Battle Stance, maybe can do a bunch of damage. Does he have any CC for Holy? Hodge, nothing he can do against this Hodge, and Holy just absolutely blasted the guy out. Blind to follow, nothing he can do about it. My god, that wombo combo, man. The blind stun combo is so good. What's going to support a spec? Holy Pally available for PvE. We're going to do a support spec. Holy Pally? Yes, they're pretty good right now. They're a bit hard to play, but they are good. There's either Holy Paladin either has 2 modes. You either are insane or you're mediocre, because like they're hard to play, but the healing they do is fantastic. So if you know how to play it, they're well played. If you don't really know how to play it, they're not really gonna do well. But it's a cool spec. I do like it a lot. They're trying to make the melee playstyle a lot bit easier to play. Krager, I just noticed, actually playing Fury for this one. Holy Sire, stun, big damage. What is this? Paladin damage. My God, holy Sire. Krager hasn't even popped defensive until now. He was so one down to 2. He was like, I have enough. Okay, now I'm gonna use it in Rage Regen. Now that I'm escaped the two health threshold. Now I'll use it in Rage Regen. I'm okay. I'm just fine. Does he have a shatter? He's trying to go for shatter and throw. Holy Sire wants to go for big regenerating, and Krager tried to deny it as best as he can. Holy Sire, oh my God. He just used the final rag to take it down. That is rough. And Holy Sire does end up coming out with 2 on top. Well done, boys. Well done. Man, that's a lot of damage from either team, man. That was fantastic. I loved it. Alrighty, boys. Alrighty, boys. Спасибо за игры. Thank you so much for coming by, Krager. Спасибо, друг. Спасибо. Thank you, Krager, for bringing in the team, man. Bringing in the squad, putting groups together. I appreciate you. Thank you to Ali as well as Johan and Jesus and Alex for making groups. I think we're done for the night, yeah? Unless we got like 2 groups still available. Because Krager is done for the night. And I think we may be done as well, yeah, chat? Crazy. But yeah. Elemental Peas. I think Paladin is a fantastic support spec. Like Protection, Holy, and Red. Protection and Holy are both really good right now. They're both really good. As a best healer right now is Residroid and Evoker, but Paladin's a fantastic healer if you can play it well. It's got a couple different playstyles to it. It is not the easiest healer to play, but it does well. It definitely does, but it does well. They're like a must-have in every single raid. You need one with a Devotion Aura, because that combo is just way too good. Pav, do you have a group? Potentially? We're ready? Wait, do we actually have a group? Or is Johan part of his group? We can do another group with throw on more. Is Pav part of Johan's group? I think it's part of his group. Because I think he gets the only group available. Holy's okay, yeah, but only because it's kind of burst often-ish. It's still not exciting yet. Yeah, I do agree with you. I do agree. They are trying to make him a little bit better to play in 10.1 and 10.07. Like in 10.1, they make it so that your melee wings playstyle will heal 5 nearby allies evenly. So like you can go for like wings, offensive wings, and just gotta use them plenty often and just heal allies around you like passively, which could be really good. Which could be really good. So you'll use that, you'll use Board of Glories on the allies that actually need healing, or you'll use the Divine Light to, or is it Divine Light? It's the frontal conal heal. I forget what it is every single time. Thank you for games, Al. Appreciate you so much, Alex. Appreciate my band. Yeah. But some of the better heals right now are like Evoker, Residroids. Those are really good. But Pally's good. Like, Pally is not bad. Like, it could be a Mistweaver. And even Mistweavers are like not terrible. They're just like not meta. But there's kind of a reason why they're not really meta. They're really good at throughput healing. And they kind of get outshined by classes that are good at throughput healing. Paladin is unique because it's one of the handful of classes that focus on like damage reductions, and damage reduction is a unique mechanic that not a lot of classes really bring, especially like group-wide damage reductions. Them and Disc Priest are like pretty unique in that regard. So this could be really strong in like raid situations. You need one, like a reliable one of each one of those usually in most raids, but it all depends how they design the raids though. Like if a raid has a lot of like big burst damage that's like unhealable, you just gotta reduce it. That's where those classes shine. But then you have stuff like... But then you got bosses like... that do a lot of like bleeding damage. A lot of like damage that ticks out over time. Yeah, that could be rough. That could be rough. Travis here. Yeah, so Johan, you guys are the only team that's available, man. Kragar, Nalex, neither of them have a team. Ali had a team, but I think they're Gonski for the night. So you guys are the only team available, man. So I think we kind of done with the duels for the day. I think. Because it also is, to add on to it, like the stream has been going on for like over 2 hours. But we started out for you guys EU an hour early. But like give it a couple of weeks or so, and then the time should be more or less like the same. So we'll be starting about the same time we usually do. But it's because of daylight savings and stuff like that, you know? But yeah. Holy's okay, but only because it's kind of, yeah. Holy's I think it's still good either way though. Boys, I think we'll call it there though, man. I think we'll call it here. I gotta get some food, man. I gotta get some work done. I got actually quite a bit to take a look at here with the changes. Because you got Paladin tuning too. What's the Paladin tuning? Ages of Light stamina increased by 35 for Prot. Wait, they're nerfing it? Oh no, because of that one talent, isn't it? Yeah, they're counterbalancing it. Oh no. Righteous Protector. PvP multiplier. Oh, so that's got nerfed for Prot. And then Uthus Council nerfed? What? No way. Then Retribution overall. I think it's so. I don't think. Are those recent? That might be recent because they had a bunch of tunings over here too. Is it Paladin mentioned? Paladin's not mentioned here at all. Oh, double the damage of Frostbolt, but Ghost Spike deals less damage. Okay, so they're trying to make it less spiky, but more casty, which could be pretty bad. Executes on 65% effect in combat. Wake of Ashes that deals 30% less damage in combat was 35. So it's a buff. There used to be less, 35 less, but now it's actually a buff for Wake of Ashes. That's kind of nice. With this council, yeah, so that's the ones that happened recently, actually. Renew healing is now increased by 22, was 15. Very many now increased by 6. Holy Flash Heal now increased by 43, was 53, so 10% buff. Subtlety, Celebrities in Dark Shadow by 20. The answer come by 33. Perfect Veins by 25. Gloomblade increased by 20. And Backslide range increased by 20. Okay, so like sustain. 10% more health, 10% more damage. Agony deals more damage. Siphon deals 20% more damage. So they're nerfing that a little bit. Okay. Bane Havoc is a internal code that with Mayhem talented. Has an 18 second, so you can't just keep dropping Banes. Oh, that's a pretty big nerf actually. No longer deals increased damage to PvP was 13. Ah, because of the PvP. Oh no, Shadow Burn damage is now increased by. Oh, 5% nerf. Okay. And the Warriors. Relative now stacks Fatal Mark up to a maximum 8 times. No way. Alright, well that's a hell of a change. When do you raid again? We'll be raiding Tuesday. We'll be streaming the raid Tuesday. Usually just re-clears. But we keep clearing Razagath. Last few weeks we've been re-clearing over 2 days. We really want to cut it down to 1 day re-clears. If we can do that efficiently, it will be good. I'm obsessed with Paladin class fantasy. I think I play Holy even though I'm so bad. I like it a lot. I also like the Paladin class fantasy too. Like being a warrior with like some magical about you, like a Spellblade of sort. Like Paladin and DK are the closest things that we have to a Spellblade in WoW. But I love the whole Paladin like legacy. Like, even though legacy is kind of like usually like a lack of mobility, but otherwise it's still really good. 1007's changed Paladin quite a bit. I think I like it a lot, man. They play great. Peace and thank you so much for coming by, fam. Appreciate you. Hope we'll see you tomorrow and we'll see you over the next few days, yeah? Yeah, you came near midnight. Yeah, so timing is going to be a little bit different, but we're going to go back to, because normally my timing when I stream are abysmal to EU. So as of recently, it's been kind of like good for you guys. It's going to go back to abysmal soon. Trust me. We end up losing an hour on NA, and eventually you guys are going to lose an hour as well. And it's all going to go back to the same old at some point. But yeah. Thank you so much for coming by, guys. Appreciate you. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you liked the duels for the day, boys. I actually had a lot of fun with these. What I may actually do today may be a graphics card experimentation day. I may try to see if I can upgrade my GPU drivers to the newest graphics drivers. See if that crashes anything for me or that messes things badly for me. I just want to see. I want to see if I can fix the issue. Because it'd be kind of nice to go back to play normal graphics drivers and just kind of doing regular. I'll try to see if I can take care of that tonight, man. I think that might be the project for the evening. So I can maybe check out some Diablo while I'm at it. You guys have a wonderful evening. Thanks so much for watching. Duels more tomorrow. And then this week we got ourselves the patch. Actually, I didn't mean to log out the scared kid. Patch 10.07 hitting this Tuesday. So hopefully you guys are ready for it. But yeah. Retro Cover did a 1.1 million healing. That's scuffed game, by the way. Really? That's kind of nutty. That's a lot of healing. You know, I'm definitely tuning in if I can. Hell yeah, boys. You guys have a wonderful evening. I'll see you over the next stream. Alrighty, boys. Peace.
used to be.